All right, for sure. We on. They gotta get used to these settings. We on. All right, shit. Look, we on the late one. You know what I mean? Let me put out another notification real quick. You feel me? Let me let niggas know we on. All right. Trey, I'm gonna drop the thing and I'm gonna drop it right now in case niggas want to hop on. I know it's gonna take a few minutes for niggas to get on. Here we go. Here we go. Let me grab this. All right, for sure. Shit. Bruce, No Gas, Boxing Jazz, and Mo. What's up with it? Hey Bruce, I be seeing you been having Rick Lacer over there like the last couple like most of these Sundays. I be liking that. I think you should try to do that like every Sunday. Yeah, be straight. I was over here trying to get my my audio and shit right. I ain't used to doing all this all the technical stuff, but shit, you know what I'm saying? We we don't got no intro music, no nothing. You feel me? We just hop on some straight to the boxing. You feel me? Of course, we had some shit over the weekend. Uh, I'm trying to see what was I forgot it was one fight. Really didn't like the decision. Oh well, shit. Joe Cordina. Yeah, that was like I mean that was like the day fight for us over here. Niggas really wasn't feeling that. Just that performance. I ain't gonna say it was a robbery. It's just that okay, it's like it just bothers some of us when we see these scores be hella wide and make it seem like you feel me like the other opponents like he never had a chance, and that's fucked up because we understand how much these fighters be putting into these training camps and all that. But yeah, Edward Vasquez. I mean, for me, I like going into the fight. I didn't think Joe Cardino would like blow him out, knock him out or dominate him or nothing like that. But he did prove to be just a very worthy challenger. But for me, I wasn't surprised because I always keep one thing in mind when these Latin fighters go uh, over to the UK, even though they might be a lesser fighter. Of course, they did B side, and if it seems like they outmatch, the fight is most of the time that fight gonna be closer than what the people would expect. So that didn't surprise me at all. But shit, I really liked how this nigga what's it how where he played the shit out of Joe Cordino on that comeback. That post fight, goddamn, that was like one of the better post fight, especially from a loser. That's like the best post fight interview I didn't see in a minute. He played the shit out that nigga. Yeah, he got on that nigga ass, boy. Yeah, so some people was underestimated. Yeah, Vasquez. Yeah, definitely right. So okay, yeah, so that's why you was looking forward to that fight. Yeah, see, a lot of time you be having these niggas, who well, okay, they might recognize like one fighter, but they don't know his opponent, so they ain't even gonna try to go do no research about, especially if they see that he got losses on his record. Um, that's just like, to me, that's like a just a real bad way to go about stuff. Like, maybe people, I don't even know if people remember that, he the one who fought Raymond Ford, and that fight that they had, that I remember that fight because it was in Phoenix. But that fight that he had against Raymond Ford, that was like one of them fights where like a lot of people feel that, Edward had won that fight. It was scored a loss for him, but like a lot of people feel that Raymond Ford had got a gift in that fight. So that's just one of the ones that a lot of people don't be you feel me, like realizing, recognizing. Then I remember okay, this fight I was at, he was on the undercard. There was this fight in basically out here, Carson. He was on the undercard and he fought this Ukrainian named like Victor Slav something like that. He fought this guy on like one of these undercards. And that was like I rate those guys highly, them Ukrainians and shit. And it was like, Ukrainian in his prime, and he beat him. He got a decision over him. So, me, like, I like to try to dig into opponent, do like a little bit of research, look into the opponent before I just write him off, especially because he have one loss. And speaking of losses, we gonna circle back to that in a minute, because niggas be tripping off these losses. One loss and like a nigga just out of there. Yeah, what's up with it, Eric? We niggas had to like start late. MZ, he like some last minute stuff we was trying to come figure out, but yeah, we had to start late. We'd rather give y'all some than nothing. You feel me? All right, okay. Now, damn. See, I didn't even really, bring, because connecting the Henry LeBron versus William Foster. I was thinking about Edwin De Los Santos, but yeah, William Foster, he fought over the weekend too, against Henry LeBron, and LeBron, yeah, he definitely did his thing, like Trey said. Okay, yeah, now that's another prospect that actually looked good, Henry LeBron. Okay, so for we already know the reason why this William Foster, his name been popping up. Just a guy that nobody ever talked about previously. Nobody ever cared about, never talked about him. Nothing. But all of a sudden, people is I went and watched one of his fights, and I went and did this, and blah blah blah. Yeah, it's because he is the only person to have defeated Edwin De Los Santos, and so it's like, it's unfortunate because people look at Shakur versus Edwin De Los Santos, and okay, you see one guy's not undefeated. So then out of nowhere, it's like, well, why did he do this to, William Foster? Why he couldn't do this versus William Foster? But I'm like, damn, y'all niggas don't know about William Foster. Y'all ain't seen the fight. All y'all see is that he got a loss to him. Y'all don't know if that was a controversial fight. Y'all don't know if that was a bad night, for that man. You feel me? Y'all don't know what them circumstances was. People didn't watch that fight. And damn sure can't tell me nothing about William Foster. Okay, see, I didn't even record this up. See, I didn't even know this. I didn't even know um Henry LeBron was the underdog in that one. Even though, like I said, William Foster definitely rated. I didn't know that Henry LeBron was I don't want to say it like, okay, it's like he wasn't supposed to win that fight. I guess I mean, looking at those eyes is how I would take it. Yeah, I did not even know that. But nonetheless, it's not like I would have looked at it as if they was putting on a fight where he was just meant to dominate. I mean, you don't go get William Foster for that. So yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, Eric, yeah, out there. Yeah, I think I don't know if he be working that night or like he be getting ready to go to work and shit. But yeah, he always come through. So yeah, De Los Santos ran out of gas against him. Yeah, that is true. And it was okay, the guy who basically like, recorded De Los Santos' last video when he was calling out Shakur. Well, I was listening to him speak last night, and he was saying, not making no excuses, but he was saying his like his training camp was more like unorganized, and he was saying ever since that fight, he was saying that basically, De Los Santos, he's now trains in New York. Like before, he wasn't even training in New York. He hadn't moved to New York yet. So yeah, he's saying, he didn't, now he actually like know how to train and shit. And we all know that this training stuff going into training camps, that definitely mean a whole lot because shit, we be finding out, this guy, prospect, contender, and like, damn, he don't even got no nutrition here. You feel me? You find, all type of stuff. So yeah, some people like really don't know how to prepare. So shit, man, hey, maybe he didn't got it figured out, and now he know how to train for fights. Referring to Evan De Los Santos. Shit, I remember David Morrell when he fought. It was his third pro fight. I forgot he fought against a black dude, but that was a fight where he had no training camp at all. So he was saying like because he was moving and stuff to US, so he was basically saying like he had no training camp. So like the only thing he really could do was just like run. So he fought that fight just off of he just running and shadow boxing and stuff like that. You feel me? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Work too. Okay, then Elvis Rodriguez. Yeah. So Elvis Rodriguez, I mean, that's a junior welterweight prospect that they trying to like build up basically. Another one of those, good ass Dominicans, good amateur background and stuff. Um as of late, I've been how do I say I just don't got high hopes for Elvis Rodriguez. I mean he definitely like he moving up as far as a title contention and stuff. But I kind of look at him the same way I look at Richardson Hitchens. Like I just feel like if they if a fight really broke out, I don't think they're gonna be able to. You feel me? I expect them to probably like mentally crumble and come up short. But nonetheless, they good fighters and stuff. I ain't gonna take that away from them. This shit I man. Speaking of Richardson Hitchens, I heard something about him talking about he want to fight Devin. No, he said he want to fight the winner between Regis and Regis and Devin. But they also him and Devin they had an exchange some months ago anyway. So I mean it's already put out there. But shit, I don't think that's no fight that anybody looking forward to seeing. Devin versus Richardson. Hell no. Boy, talk about a snoozer. That's a McDonald's McStinker. Oh yeah, just okay. Joseph Adorn. Yeah, yeah. I knew that's the one that he was gonna mention. Yeah, yeah. That's the one. I seen too. See, even that fight for me is just I look at these guys like okay, they got like kind of like one gear. You feel me? No, not one gear, but they got like one style. They really not switching it up. Not he still fight kind of amateurish, but I don't know. Like I said, it's just that extra gear. Like okay, I think like what Bernard Hopkins said. Like it's one thing to win, but it's how you win. Now it's like dominated, looking good, and I look at him like that. Robson Conceição, he's another one. I look at him like that. Um, the fuck he talking? Yeah, like they want this, sir. Show who you talking about? Fuck this nigga talking about, boy. you can't say like they bitches. I guess that's what he hitting at. Um, who a nigga was on though? Oh yeah, I was saying yeah, Robson. Oh yeah, so Robson Conceição. Now look, I know we didn't heard that Robson Conceição, he's supposed to be locked in to fight Emmanuel Navarrete, but I heard somebody who was, getting an interview today say that that fight still ain't official, like on nobody's calendar. So I went and did my research, and I was like, yeah, that's true. It is on BoxRec, but I'm talking about like look, I was looking at like the top rank in ESPN, counting that fight is not official on that. So I don't know what's going on with that, but um, I'm hoping that's still part of that undercard. To me, that's another good S5 me. It's set up. Emmanuel, he's supposed to win that fight, due to the purpose of him having a fight, him fighting on the undercard. But to me, that could be a tough ass fight. Um, Robson Conceição, I just look at him as he's somebody that he got it's not just the amateur style. He got like the amateur mentality as well. And I feel like he just ain't been able to shake that. We seen what happened to him when he fought against Shakur. It looked like a really good amateur fighting against a really good professional. So Shakur definitely surprised us when the way that he fought. So yeah, Robson, I feel like that's his flaw, like just being a amateur. I mean, the man is 35 years old. Um, shit. So I can only imagine how many years he was fighting amateur. He was in the 2016 Olympic Games. So yeah, he was late 20s when he was but like late 20s when he turned pro, and then as a pro, well, he got like 19. Yeah, he got like 19 fights. So it's like just ain't been enough to shake that amateur style, unfortunately. Um, but nonetheless, he's still a good fighter, and hell, all right, he didn't lost twice. Um, is this the point where all right, they probably make some changes and they understand, all right, we got to change up the way we fight. Um, I mean, one way or another, he gonna give Navarrete. I expect him to give Navarrete some problems. You feel me? He been at the division a lot longer, anyways, so I expect him to give Navarrete some problems. But that goddamn gas tank by Navarrete, and the way that he fought last time when he was showing hella patience, that definitely impressed me. So damn, Trey, he should be. Oh, okay. I thought he was saying it like that's how wide, but he just saying like how the odds probably gonna be looking. Um, okay, yeah. So you're saying you gotta take them at the 700. Yeah, see that's what I'm saying because I mean shit, I don't just give everybody with that rank medal and shit, but there's somebody that was actually good. You feel me? And I feel like he still got a lot of growth. In the sport as a pro. Of course, we're looking at his age, but like I'm saying, I'm putting it all together. I'm saying, damn, is this the fight where he understands he got to put it all together? And I hope so. I would think so. So yeah, he was probably like 26. Yeah, and he actually fought Loma also. By the way, Eric, they had a situation where he was crowned the winner of that bout, and then they overturned it. But yeah, I mean, technically that was the right way because yeah, I mean, hey, put up a good fight, but I don't feel like he beat Loma. But yeah, he's yeah, prime 35 years old. It's time for him to, niggas gotta see what you're gonna do because it's not somebody that got a background. I mean, like a backing behind him as far as you feel me, his like fans and shit. Ain't like he got a fan base, so it's kind of like now or never. Yeah, still young enough for an upset. Yeah, because he ain't. I mean, yeah, he got those amateur miles on him, but you feel me? Yeah, he got like a lot left in him. I feel so. He look, like take care of himself, good shape and all that. So I feel like yeah, he's still at his peak. But yeah, it's time to make something happen because shit, another loss here, fuck around and get dropped. Drop, top rank, they will drop motherfuckers that they have before. He might get dropped from top rank or just find himself kind of sitting on the shelf for top rank. So yeah, I'm saying he got to make something happen in that. All right, let me see what else happening. But yeah, me, I like the idea that this Thursday card. I mean, I know a lot of people y'all be messing with the NFL and shit. They be having NBA on too. But I like the idea of a Thursday card. Yeah, MZ, he on the road. That boy rushing to get home and hop on and play his music and shit. You feel me? Depending on if the sure fight took anything. Good point because I would more so question mentally. I mean, that fight, he was getting hit with better body shots than shit upstairs. But nonetheless, he was definitely getting hit upstairs, and that's definitely the most he probably ever been hit in his life. Period. Uh, Now, them body shirts, they hurt more post fight, but it's not like they're not as damaging as head blows. But I would think mentally, like for him to get dominated by somebody that's like 10 years his junior. I know they had sparred in the past and shit. I don't know if Robson. I don't know if Robson felt like he shit kind of like had Shakur number. But then like to see that when it mattered the most, you definitely did it, and to get handled like that. I mean, I think it was like the 11th, yeah, the end of the 11th, where the ref had to tell Robson corner like, he got to show me more. I'm gonna stop it. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he mentally ruined because that's a motherfucker. You think you the shit, gold medal and shit. Uh, you think you the shit, and then get your ass beat like that to somebody like 10 years your junior. Yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah, it definitely depend on how he is mentally. But Navarrete, that's just one of my probably like my favorite fighter to watch as far as it comes to just like entertainment and shit. I would love to see a fight between him and Williams and Zepeda. That'd be like a dream fight for me if we took just take away like all the politics, who draw, who can sell tickets and all that stuff, pay-per-views, like take away all that stuff. We talking about just like what would be one of the best fight that you could make right now to like please your eyes and shit. If you looking for entertainment, yeah, for me it ended up being Navarrete versus Williams Zepeda, and it's interesting because they both train in like around that Mexico City area, so that's why both the boys they got this amazing conditioning. And when like the fight is going, they don't fade and shit like most fighters do. That's that training in that goddamn Mexico City elevation. Like I think they always say elevate like 6,500. All right, now speaking of Mexico City, somebody else who got a fight coming up, training Mexico City also. That's Subriel Mataas. And see, I gotta check the calendar right now because I know they be Showtime, they having like some funny stuff going on with their calendar. Yeah, but he find out that fighter Ergashev. That's one of them Uzbekistan fighters. So I know he He a southpaw. That's like another one of them top amateur type motherfuckers. Southpaw. Um, he definitely got some power and shit. Like he punching hard to me. That's what I'm saying. It's an interesting style. I know. I seen when he had beat Michael Fox. I remember like had to go back and watch that because I didn't know who Michael Fox was back then. Um, he trained under Javon Hill, Sugar Hill. Yeah, y'all know him by. Yeah, he trained under him. Oh yeah, all right, yeah, good point. See, this be this be them things that we be talking about. I've been seeing this with like some of these real good German fighters lately and Russian fighters because they be turning pro later and stuff, but it seemed like for them um it's not that push to like start getting them like building them up and shit. These motherfuckers be taking like they good on time. They be going like 9 months in between fights and shit. Um um what was why I can't think of old boy name right now, the one who fought Frank Martin. But yeah, even him, he was coming off a layoff too. Like good ass fighter and shit, but just coming off of a layoff. I don't know why I can't think of that nigga name right now. Yeah, who Frank Martin just fought last. He was real good German fighter. Yeah, okay, yeah, Artem Haratunian. I was thinking of I was thinking at the motherfucker at 122. But yeah, that's right. Yeah, Artem Haratunian. Yeah, he was another one, a good ass fighter who was coming off a layoff. I imagine if he wasn't coming off that layoff against Frank Martin, that probably would have helped him being able to take, them body shots, having more endurance and shit. But yes, it's unfortunate. That's yeah, I think it's some about the like the management, the transition, like building those type of fighters up. I guess the goal probably really ain't to like keep them active, fighting every 2 and 3 months and stuff for some reason because yeah, I just don't see like none of those, EU type fighters going through that. Yeah, so he's a rare one. And usually okay, yeah, because he is Armenian, like last name, in with the YAN. They always in with the YN or IN. Now I usually don't I usually don't rate like no Armenian, no disrespect, no to the Armenians. I don't rate them highly when it comes to like amateurs and shit. To me that's like, I mean, like when do you ever really hear about Armenia dominating like in boxing and shit? I think like the last fighters they had was people like Victor Chinyan and they had Vavanis Martirosyan and shit like that. I mean that's type of level they make it to. But nonetheless, I don't be rating those fighters highly, but being that he grew up in Germany. So I mean shit, I look at it, I mean, yeah, Armenia is like his original nationality, but I look at him like a German. He's a Armenian born, German raised Armenian, but yeah, he got that German background, which I do, I got a lot of respect for that. So that's why I would make an exception for him, and I hold him highly. So I gave Frank Martin this credit and all that when he got that win. You feel me? Um. Oh yeah, yeah. But I was speaking on Subriel Matias and okay, yeah. So Ergashev, he being trained by Sugar Hill. That's his trainer. I mean, good trainer and all, but shit, when you just think about Subriel, I just don't know like how a nigga gonna prepare for that. Like a nigga who just get, he remains strong throughout the fight. Uh, when he get that damn motor warmed up and shit, oh, that nigga, another one with punch output too, hitting that goddamn hard. Yeah, but it's, fight between of course Subria, he not undefeated, but I mean this just a good ass fight. That's a good ass fight. Oh yeah, another like one of the few other Germans I didn't like. Well, how you say the nigga name? Gautier, the one who just lost to Janabek. He, his style was just hella awkward and shit. But that was like as far as just a good fighter, yeah, he wasn't like that motherfucker wasn't good. All right, let me see. Like we got somebody in the back. Oh, all right, for sure. Okay, yeah, you say yeah, Martinez has been outboxed. But yeah, but pretty sure it's like Ananya. And you know what? Really ain't heard too much about him since, and that's a good fighter too. I keep going till I MZ ready.
Oh,
Unless you
I'm ready. I'm ready. I thought you was talking.
Oh no, no, keep it going. Yeah, go ahead, Cuddy.
What's good, man? What's good?
Yeah,
Just following up
yay.
in here. I went to go see my baby girl get inducted into the National Honor Society tonight. So that's why I'm late. So say I
Yeah.
checked out Jamal. No, is it Jamal and Benavidez' brother getting ready to fight? But it said 163 without the title being on the line.
Man, I just gotta laugh because it's just so much surrounding that fight. Is for me, I just can't take that fight serious at all.
Man, that's crazy. He been out the ring for 2 years. He said he could make he fight at 160, but they fighting at 163. But without the belt being on the line, I'm confused on that, but it is what it is, I guess. So I got to give props. I don't know why I should have stuck with my pick. Romula Ali beat Alejandra Guzman, right?
Correct.
In the unanimous decision. And I can say that Romula actually fought a different fight, kinda. Yeah, she's still stuck in moods and everything, but I seen her get a little rough with old Guzman from time to time, catching her with the forearm up under the neck, hooking her around the neck, putting in the headlock and doing her thing. And she looked good winning that fight. She didn't let old girl bully her this time, and she handled up. Caught her with some beautiful 1-2s. Right on the chin. Old Guzman just got a nice little set of whiskers on her. But overall, it was a good fight. I got to apologize because I had picked Romula to win and changed my pick. Oh, my goodness. I'm getting my butt kicked all over the place in the Champ Ross. And what's up to everybody? Let me say what's happening to everybody. I see Trex in the house, Eric R in the house. Shoot, what's happening, peoples? What's happening? Who else in here? Bruce Gas. Okay. I see it's going down. Nick Walters just fell in the crib. He said salutations. What's going on with you, man?
Yeah,
Did
that's
you see that?
somebody. Oh, I'm sorry. That's somebody else we've been fucking with for like years too.
Well, I'm glad he decided to come through and cheer with us a little bit. Now, let's see. Ananiah actually got an upset victory in his last fight. He was at plus 350.
Yeah, Christian Ba, I know him because he from out here. You feel me? And yes, that's another thing. Like Petronan, after he lost to after he had lost, it's kind of like I know it's like he kind of like just like fell off the map, but he's still a good ass fighter too.
Oh my goodness, my fighter that I think has improved a lot, Efe Ajagba. I know the guy he was fighting, didn't move off the line a lot and anything like that, but I did see, I seen Efe using some different punch combinations. His uppercut looks real good. His uppercut looks nasty now. He came through with a good overhand right a few times. He just looks like a better boxer. He looks like he's getting his legs up under him, totally sucking in whatever it is that his coaches has got him working on. And I gotta say, you can notice the growth in him. You can notice the growth in him. What?
I just gotta, I guess, go ahead and take a chance to reference it because when we all first met FA, he was training under Ronnie Shields. That's the person Trey. He love to say basic as fuck. But now he under K Karoma, and you see he out there in Vegas training now. He looking way better than he was when he was training under Ronnie.
Well, if that's a way to say it, you got to go ahead and say true. You know what I'm saying? I see a big difference in the way he fought, you know what I'm saying, from the way he's been fighting in the past. Ronnie Basic Shields, if he was out there, I can't say he don't look basic still, but you can see that he has the basics up under him. He's starting to learn how to use the jab, how to punch off the jab. You know what I'm saying? He's starting to put different punches together instead of the same old two-step. I take my hat off to him. Congratulations, FA, for stepping this game up. And he looked like a different fighter. He looked like a different fighter. And if you have to attribute that to to a new trainer, then that's what it is. And who did you say he's training with now out there in Vegas?
He with K Karoma now.
K Karoma now. Who else he got?
Did you realize you called him Ronnie Basic Shields?
Yeah, I realized that.
Go ahead.
Well, the consensus is, he is a pretty basic fighter. I mean, a basic trainer. He tried to make the fighters be basic. I can't remember which fighter it was. The Trey X said that he had gotten started trying to make him be basic. Had that man out there not looking good like he was supposed to be. Maybe Ronnie is the guy that you get with right when you leave the amateurs, get a little up under you, then go somewhere else. I don't know. But I know FA looks good. Nick Walter say, I agree. I see the improvement in FA.
Well, shit. I mean, Ronnie Shields, he didn't have Philip Ergovich for 2 fights. Them 2 fights, he ain't been impressive. I mean, I one fight, I give him props because he was finding a tough fight against Jean Gelé, but he ain't been like improving them. And then, I mean, I'll say it all the time. Most people gonna disagree, but I don't feel like he's the best fit for David Morrell. Like I don't see I still see like David Morrell kind of like relying on athleticism. Yeah, like he not like proving on this guy. I don't like when I look at David Morrell, I don't see like no amazingly skilled fighter.
What I see from Morrell though, I see he has some talent, and I see he's more of a fluent fighter, and I think with that, he might need to get with somebody who will let that fluidity play into his training and the way he fights. I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but he just seems like he has more to offer than what he's allowed to give us.
Yeah, I feel like Ronnie is just building kind of like on his athleticism. I don't feel like Ronnie is turning him into this like amazingly skilled fighter. And that's what you need a trainer for, definitely to craft your skills and shit.
Correct. And that's just going from from what I see. But yeah, I can see Morrell opening up a little more. I can't say exactly what trainer I could honestly say would fit him the best, but somebody that's going to emphasize on working behind the jab and out of the defense and making sure his defense is tight. And I think the rest of it will go in. Trey said Morrell never relied on skill. He won the 2016 Youth World Championship, basically street fighting. See, and that's what we need to. That's what we need to get him to evolve from. We need to get him to evolve from not relying on skills to relying on skills and being a professional fighter and knowing why he's throwing the jab and following up with a hook or uppercut or a straight why he's doing certain things, start jabbing to the body, stuff like that. Just seeing the science of boxing come from him more. I think he'll be a hell of a fighter if he can get those things up under him and get the right tutelage. Because right now, just letting the man go off of athleticism and just heart, that's a combination to get you somewhere a little bit, but it's also a combination, I think, to get you beat later on down the line when you come up against somebody who ain't playing, who got skills. I am sold on the fact now that skills most definitely pay the bills. Every once in a while, athleticism and heart might upset the apple cart, but for the most part, I'm seeing skills. Skills is what it's all about. The dollars need to be behind skills. Your bets need to be behind skills. Your picks need to be behind skills. That's just my opinion, humble as it is. It was somebody else. It was another fight. Oh, the young lady from Puerto Rico. She was fighting. What's the lady's name? It was two Spanish speaking ladies. I know one of them from Puerto Rico. I can't remember where the other lady was from, but she had been out the game for a minute. Not retired, but she was thinking about retiring. Said that she just wasn't getting the fight. She was an ex-champion herself. They went the whole fight. It was a nice fight. Old girl from Puerto Rico is a pit bull. She a little pit bull, but the old girl that she was fighting, y'all gotta forgive me. I cannot think of their names. Let me go through my list real quick. But old girl looked kind of old. She not old, but she looked. Cordina fought too. Was it Cordina? No, that might be the name.
No, that's
Yoka
Vai.
Yeah, her. That was a good fight she had, man. She put on a good fight. Even though the lady that she was fighting, like I said, been out the ring for a while. But in her defense, she has been training other fighters. At least that's what they reported, that she had been training other fighters. So she was typically in shape, just not really in boxing shape. And it proved to be part of her downfall, because you could see she was breathing heavy out of mouth. Old girl had busted her nose. They got a couple of headbutts. Old girl was playing rough with her though. She wasn't letting Yoka just be out there doing her thing. When she got a chance to get her up against the ropes and lock up with her, she was locking up, throwing punches. You know what I'm saying? She made the fight grimy. Real grimy. But old girl Yoka persevered and came through it.
Yeah, I definitely like Yoka. See, right now in that division, it's kind of like you either team, Yoka Vai, or you would have Sinisa Estrada. And I like Yoka Vai more. Me personally, I'm getting tired of Sinisa. But that was pretty much like a stay busy type fight for Yoka Vai.
Right.
Because she had just fought like 2 months ago. She's trying to get the Sinisa Estrada fight. So that's like a stay busy fight. So I mean, we always talk about, how we hate inactivity, not only for the fighters themselves, but for our our lack of entertainment. So I'm praising a fighter that stayed busy.
Not only that, I think they said Yoka had fought just 45 days prior to that fight. I might be saying the wrong number, but I know they said that she had fought not too long ago. So staying busy, that's a good thing. You do want to see your fighters stay busy, so you can see them work a little more and do their thing. I can say that looking at the fights, looking at Ali and Yoka fight, I did kind of long to see them go that. I was sitting there saying, man, if this was a 3-minute fight, I could see some. I thought I could see one of the women could accomplish a little bit more. That's what I thought. I thought it was stood a chance to be just a tad bit better with that extra minute going per round. I am really hoping that they look into it deeply and maybe come together and say the women can fight 3-minute rounds. I think it'd be better for the sport. I think it'll help the eyes on the women's fighting a little more. And honestly, I can say I think it'll be exciting. I think the girls are ready. I think they are 100% ready.
Yeah. Okay, like some of them they already ready, and then you got other ones. I mean, they would have to, definitely adapt to just the extra time they'd be fighting. Yeah, but nonetheless, like the lower weights and stuff, it'd be a lot more easier for them to adapt to it. But yeah, they ready.
Yeah, I would love. Hey, I would put money. I would pay. I pay for some of the men that we be like, why are we paying for this? I would pay to see some of these girls go these 3-minute rounds and do their thing. Everybody, did I miss that? Cordina fought too. Cordina, I'm trying. Cordina. Was it 3 girl fights?
Oh, Cordina, that's talking about Joe Cordina.
Who did he fight? I don't remember. I don't think I saw that one.
That was a main event on the zone against this fighter, Edward Vasquez.
Okay, yeah, I didn't see that fight.
Okay, basically, Joe Cordina, he's a UK fighter. He's a champion. So of course he was the A side going up against a Latin fighter, a Mexican American. But it was another one of those fights where the Mexican gave him pretty much everything he could handle and more. And a lot of people would say Joe Cordina, he left with a gift decision.
Not one of those people unsatisfied or they questioning the fact that you win or not. But sometimes when you're facing a hard opponent, let's go and be real. A lot of those Mexican fighters don't come. Some of them might be punching bags, but they don't stop coming. They something to deal with. I can't believe I lost my lighter. But they something to deal with. I don't think I'm gonna stop saying that guys underperform unless they just truly underperformed against somebody that they should have just took care of. But if it's a hard-nosed opponent, you got to give that opponent some looking at and some props for making it a fight that wasn't a walkthrough. I noticed far too many times we do kind of be a little harsh on the person that we deem to do their thing, and we kind of overlook what the opponent is actually bringing to the fight. We did that with Jamel before. There's been a few fighters that I felt like I did it with, but yeah, I think we should start giving the opponent they props if they deserve it. If they come and make it a hard drag knockout fight, something that's hard to deal with, we need to start letting it be known. Say this wasn't no walk in the park.
Yeah, and I think because okay, this would be happening, and like this been going on for a long time. I mean, we go back to Ricky Burns and shit. These dudes, Eddie Hearn, he will get these dudes. He will bring over these Latin fighters from all over South America to come over and fight his fighters, and like these be guys that probably mostly unknown most of the time, be having losses and shit, and they come over here. I mean, over there to the UK, and they be beating them boys. Like this has regularly been happening, and I get like the only way they get into the victory is if they get in knockouts, but they've been going over there whipping on them boys. I said ever since like the Ricky Burns days.
Well, at some point they're gonna turn. I think they boxing is gonna get better. I think they might have to spend some money and get some of these trainers over here to come over there and plant some roots and try to see if they can't turn some champions out over there. Might be pretty good financially for them. You never know. Just a thought. Trey X put in there. He said Vasquez is a 3 overall. 9 over. Damn, slow down. Vasquez is a 3 on the pedigree scale. Over 90 amateur fights and is a national championship silver medalist. So that wouldn't be no walkthrough fight. You know what I'm saying? He also said, I thought Cordina just fought Vasquez's fight. I thought the right guy won though. And that could have been the thing. He fought that fight and it was a little. It turned out to be a little more difficult. Not to mention the dude wasn't gonna just lay down. You know, he high on the pedigree scale. 90 amateur fights. I think that's a good number. I think that's a good number to say you're ready to step up into the upper echelon of boxing. We just have to wait and see. I did hear, jumping off of that and jumping over to Shakur Stevenson, I heard him, whose podcast? He was on the podcast with the old school football players. They're not really that old school.
Is that the Pivot podcast one?
With the football players? I think, I don't want to say if it's the Pivot or I Am Athlete. I know it's one of those. It's one of, it might be the Pivot though. And, you know, he spoke on Frank Martin again. He said that Frank's team probably wanted to fight, but he thinks Frank got cold feet. He's saying that at 135, he feel like anybody at that weight he could beat. He not overlooking. He said he's not overlooking De La Santo. He said that man really want to beat him, so he got to be all the way ready for him. So it's letting me know he's not overlooking De Los Santos, but you know, just listening to him talk, you know, he said he want to be one of the best fighters in the game. He said he's been loving boxing since he was little. He's not gonna stop until he stopped loving boxing. Gave the reasons why, you know, he look up to Andre Ward is really a big factor in his life as far as a boxing career. You know, he really looks up to Andre Ward, Terrence Crawford. He said he's just not starting to really get close to Floyd within this year passing. But you know, if he's anything of what he leads the crowd to be, and he soaks up the knowledge from those men, those three for sure, you know, he'll be something really to deal with. You know, I have to take my hat off to Terrence Crawford. He's he showed me a different side of him. You know, other than what I see this man is a hell of a work ethic. You know, he is a gym rat. Might not like what he say or how he says it, but once he's in the ring and he gets to doing what he's doing, you know, as a fan, that's what it is you want to see anyway. So, you know, I'm glad I'm getting to enjoy him. And simple as that. But, you know, like I said, Shakur Stevenson having eyes on Andre Ward. So he said he spent time with Ward when Ward was getting ready for Kovalev, and he got to see the determination, got to see the drive, you know, just got to see what it is to becoming that champion, to have that champion medal in. So I think he's on the right path. He did say that when it comes to his fighting, he would like to fight a little more, but then that falls on the hands of Top Rank, which he also mentions his contract is coming up next year. If they're gonna come up with a little more money, he said, you know, we have to see. We just gonna have to wait to see what happens when it comes time for him to resign. But he sounds like he's got a good head on his shoulders, listening to what he talked about in that interview. I'm just looking forward to seeing what happens with him and De Los Santos. I got him to beat De Los Santos. I don't think it's going to be an easy fight, though. But that's what will make it remarkable if he goes out there and make it look easy.
Okay. Well, you know what? Just backtracking on what you was talking about, him being in like Terrence and Andre. Okay, I know he's been in Terrence training camps for sure, but it's almost like you experiencing what it means to be like to prepare for a fight where the whole world eyes is on you, because if he in the whole training camp, then he understand what it means, and that's something that I think that's like a greater advantage than any other attribute that you could bring in the ring. The mindset, knowing what it's like to be in these type of moments, knowing how to prepare for such a moment. I think that's priceless.
Yeah. That's I guess that's what I'm getting at when I say, or what he's getting at when he says spending the time watching them spar. He mentioned watching them spar, but just going through the mental aspect of it, knowing how to handle the problems that might pop up, how to deal with people that's popping up, keeping your mind one track as far as on the opponent, studying. He brought up the fact that I think it was one guy that he actually watched film on, and he got a lot from it. He said, being a pro, you get a chance to analyze the person that you're getting ready to fight, because you got so much time before you fight them. As in, when you go into the tournaments, like Trey Exit told us, going into those tournaments, you just got to be ready. You don't know who you getting in the ring with. You just better be ready when you get in there. But now as a pro, he said, I get to, once we find out who you fighting, you get to, you got time to study this person, game plan for this person, all while you working out for this person. So the pros is, it's some levels to it, as you hear the fighters say, and sometimes it seems to be something that's thrown out a lot. But now, getting a chance to hear him actually speak on it uninterrupted and break it down in his view gives me a better look at it. So when I hear him say it's levels of it, yeah, it's levels to it. You know what I'm saying? Are you doing your homework? Are you working out like you're supposed to? Are you game planning? Are you preparing and following the game plan? All these things are very important when it comes down to not just being a champion, but being a long reigning champion and pushing yourself to where people talk about you once you're done and you get yourself in that history book. Can you make your name ring on after you're done? This is, I'm understanding now what these guys are fighting for. Trey said in the amateurs, you might fight 5 different people in 5 straight days. And that's a gauntlet. You know what I'm saying? You wake up every day. I know I'm about to fight, but I don't know who. Don't know how good this dude is, but I know everybody basically is good. I have never seen this spectacle take place. I'm just going off of what I hear from the people that I know that's either been in the ring or listening to the fighters themselves. Can you imagine? You know what I'm saying? Every day you get up, you getting up, and every day I know I got to fight somebody. I got to face somebody. I don't know who. I just got to be ready. Opposed to saying, okay, you getting ready to fight this dude in 3 months. How can you not be ready in 3 months? I don't understand how some of these guys get in the ring and just don't be ready. It's mind-boggling. You got time, listening to him, and now I'm seeing it. I can see it. It's like, dude, I know I'm fighting this guy. What's habits that he have? When he throw the punch, a certain combination, do he duck to his left? Do he duck to his right? Do he pull back to his left? Do he pull back to his right? Straight back? How can I capitalize off of this? If he ducking down to this side, I start trying to get that muscle memory to catch. If his body leaning down this way, I'm shooting the uppercut. Or trying to hook to the body. Let him duck into that. I'm not an expert. I'm not even an amateur. I'm just speaking from the side of a fan. This is how I would think to train and get myself ready for. Thinking of that, I watched Rami Ali and the girl Yoka go on the inside, throw a 1-2, duck 2 beautiful hooks. Romula ducked 2 of them back to back. It was pretty, like the how you see them going up under that rope when they had that rope that's going
yeah
down.
They training for head movement,
right? It was beautiful when she did it, though, and she did it more than one time in the fight, which let me know that she learned her lesson from that first fight when she got knocked out by that hook. You know what I'm saying? She was aware of that hook coming. Yeah, she got caught a couple of times, and she did the right thing. She wrapped that girl up, locked her ass up, made that work stop so she can get her head clear. She did eat a couple of good punches, but she fought a good fight. And you can't be nothing but satisfied with that. I know I keep jumping back to the girls, but the girls is who I watched this weekend past. I did, I gave FA his props because I wanted to see how he was going to do. And he did his thing. Eric, I say some probably overtrained, struggle to make weight. Think of some of the so-called elites. Mention how they are just now learning to cut weight properly. Yeah, I can feel that, but the gym rats, we go back to those dudes that when they go in there, they train, they had a mind strictly on boxing, yeah, you might see them out chilling or having fun, but you end up seeing more of them in the gym than you see them out chilling or having fun. You know, those are the ones that seem to bubble to the top. Those are the ones whose names seem to get called a lot, that ring in history. Yeah, I've heard champions say they hate training, but you never saw them not do it. You know, the guys that get their chill on a little too much, you catch them out there chilling, drinking. I got to speak on the drinking because, you know, every one of the guys that I seen that was doing their thing and winning, at some point they end up getting beat up.
And we're gonna circle back to that drinking. Keep going.
You know, I'm just saying what it is. The guys that put the work in are the ones that predominantly get the accolades, the history behind them, stuff like that. Those are the guys that you look at and say, this dude here could fight. This is why. You could break it down. You could say he stayed in the gym. Every time we look up, I have to bring Terrence Crawford up. He's one of the ones that's fighting right now. He seems to be a gym rat. He seems to be always pushing himself at something in the gym, but he seems to be a gym rat. Yeah, you see him every once in a while outside the gym having fun. But for the most part, when you look him up, you find more of him being at work, training with somebody or practicing and doing something like that, you know? And it serves him well. It serves him well. The man's undefeated and a two-time undisputed and unified at another weight class. Regardless of who stepped in the ring in front of him, he beat him.
I remember it was
wait.
one of I'm sorry.
Go there, I want to jump on this. Drinking and smoking started to become a trend lately in boxing. That's from Eric R. And then Trey X say, look how Tyson Fury looked after years of abusing his body. Yeah. But you know, the way he get out there and just by any means necessary bully people and stuff like that, you know, he can get away with it. But if he end up catching somebody that's in that gym and doing, I don't think he's going to end up seeing that, because I think Tyson's going to end up being out the way pretty soon. Eric also says Shakur fits the gym rat model. Yeah, I think so. I think Tank has learned the lesson, and he's becoming a gym rat. But Tank did do some partying and chilling kind of hard too. And you know, it got to be in the back of your mind. Is that going to catch up with him sometime later? I know people will probably say, "Oh, that wasn't that. You know, this person was just better." But you know, when you look at it and you say this person ain't never been documented of drinking or doing anything crazy and just being in the gym, and this person has been documented, well, there it is. What were you about to say, Hyphy? I'm sorry I cut you off.
Oh yeah, after the Conceição win, Shakur, I seen an interview where he stated that even though he had beat Jamel Herring and Oscar Marais, he said he admit like he was kind of on cruise control when it came to just his boxing career, because he just knew that he was just so much better than everybody, but he wasn't preparing to the level that he could, nowhere near it. The focus wasn't there. And after he missed weight, ever since then he's been singing the right tune. So right now he may be, a gym rat where nobody is out working him. I'm assuming, but I mean, just to take note, we've heard the words out of his own mouth. We've seen, he said, he's got off track before. So I mean, shit, if you have once, you could again. It's easy for you to get off track, especially when you don't feel threatened by the opposition out there.
I can see how that can bring you a false sense of security. I can see how they can do that. Trey says, I was talking about how Fury looked against Ngannou. Yeah, I feel he's, oh my gosh. He did look a little uncoordinated, a little slower at foot. He got hit with some things from Ngannou that I think he should have been able to get away from. So yeah, drugging and drinking and all that, it has effects on neurology, your muscles. You know what I'm saying? You slow down. You slow down. I've seen athletes that was good, you know, that drank, and the next thing you know, they like way slower than what they used to be. And you know, you can't love both. If you're gonna be an athlete, especially a boxer, if you're gonna be that guy, you have to just be disciplined and know drinking and smoking that's messing up your tempo, your body, your breathing, your muscles, all of that stuff is important to you as a fighter. You need all that at its highest captivity of performing. And drinking zaps that, smoking zaps that. You know, but it depends on that athlete themselves. Hopefully he realized that he was messing up and he stay on the road to keep it corrected. But we just have to see.
Yeah, I'm over here just thinking I guess it's unfortunate because look, these boxers, they human. So maybe they having times where they want to like chill, relax. They probably feel like their body need it, or they probably feel like it help them with the recovery process. But the boxers, you know, they can't be on edibles because y'all know them damn edibles that have y'all ass high all day. But then it's like the smoking is, you know, bad for their lungs, you know, respiratory, you know, endurance. So it works against them. So it's like that's just one thing that just don't work with that profession.
Right. On the cool, you know what I'm saying? Basketball players say, man, I ball better when I was high, you know. On the cool, you can get away with it with basketball. But you better believe at some point your stamina starts to get zapped. Your wind ain't as long as it used to be. That's just what it is. You can't keep forcing smoke, carbon monoxide into your lungs and expect them to still perform at high rates when you done messed up some of the capillaries in your lungs to help bring that oxygen to your blood. Eric also said, Tank seeing his idols drop off probably having a good effect on him. AB and recently Earl. Well, yeah, that could play a lot into it. You know, he walk around, these guys in the same profession as him as he is, you know, hanging around AB, seeing AB in his heyday, you know, doing the great things he was doing, being called the heir apparent to Floyd and being all of a sudden crashing and burning. Earl used to party with him, you know, we seen him in videos together drunk, you know, and Earl crashed and burned. Maybe, just maybe he do have his head on straight where he say, hey, I can't do that. That right there is a sure recipe to have me a meme, getting laughed at or beat up. Trey say, let's see what happens with Crybaby Anderson. Who? Oh. Dang, this man said Crybaby Anderson's first thing I thought about was him at that interview. I don't think I'm ready. I didn't ask for this. What? What? Dude, you got on boxing gloves and you in the ring. You asked for this. What the heck are you talking about? You didn't ask for this. I only know one fighter that actually said they got in the fight and they was looking to be a sparring partner or something to make some money, and that was Wilder. But to have the gloves on with knockouts and stuff like that, you know, for me, it would make me look at him a lot harder, and because I'm wondering what you questioning yourself while you're in the moment. I don't get it. Maybe it might make him better. maybe it makes him worse. He seemed to have a good trajectory on his career. He been doing all right, save for that switch hitting where he hit Trey boy knocked his ass back into an orthodox stand. Other than that, he seemed to be all right. But nowadays, you know, athletes today seem so fragile. A lot of them seem so fragile, and I don't understand what. Trey Anderson was recently drinking and driving. He might be a fugitive. He might be at a figurative fork in the road. Wow, I wasn't aware of him drinking, but then he driving.
Oh man, I posted the article. I don't know if it was 1 or 2 days ago, but yeah, he got put over, you know, smelling like alcohol and you know, it's marijuana. So under the influence of both, and then he had a pistol in the car. But
was he in Texas?
Oh, Ohio. Oh. Yeah, it's hometown. But I think he basically didn't have the pistol concealed, you know, properly as far as transporting it. Right. So he got nicked for that also. I mean, shit.
I can understand.
Hey, that sound like a rapper nigga to me.
Well, he is young, and I know when I said, he was drinking and driving, I know I sounded a little dramatic on that, but I'm not going to condemn him because, one, he got pulled over, blessed that he didn't end up killing himself or somebody. So hopefully he learns from that. You know what I'm saying? It could have been a lot worse. He could have ended up in an accident and have to be having that on his conscience. So, you know, some people, it don't take a lot. You know what I'm saying? It just take a slap on the wrist and they get it together. But then you got those that are hard-headed, you know, where you got to hit them with a 2x4 beside their head before they start to get it. We just going to have to see which one of those people are Big Baby Anderson. He said Cry Baby Anderson. We just have to see what it is like that. They definitely could have cut that weak-ass portion of that segment. Speaking of Trey X, there he is right there. What's up, my bro?
Salute, man. I thought I'd go on chop it up a little bit. I want to speak on, like y'all was talking about the weed with boxing. I don't think weed is as bad. Me personally, I know that it's not good for your lungs and stuff like that, but like I ain't gonna lie and say I ain't never smoked no weed when I was boxing. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't something that I do on a regular basis, but I don't think it would have been as bad if I did it more, because whenever I did smoke, it helped me go to sleep. I don't know if y'all ever tried to sleep on an empty stomach, but
it's
that
hard.
shit, yeah, it's hard. That shit don't feel good. But when I hit some weed, I was able to relax. You know what I'm saying? Like you get done, wind down, take your shower, smoke your little something. You ain't gotta smoke a whole blunt or nothing. Just hit it a few times, put it out. That shit helped me relax and go to sleep. And like, I think it's different than alcohol because alcohol is a diuretic. That's something that some people might not consider when it comes to alcohol. That's why you got to get up and run to the bathroom and shit when you be drinking. And whenever I drunk and trained one time, and I swear that it seemed like it took me like 3 days to recover. And I ain't even drink a lot. I just had some little fuzzy navel or some shit like that over my girlfriend's house. Yeah, I was over my girlfriend's house, and her mom and dad let us do a little drinking this one night, and I drank a little bit of that, and it just stayed with me for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And you already know with boxing, man, like you don't want to be losing your internal fluids and shit because that take away your punch resistance. That's why when people be going down in weight and losing them extra pounds and losing that cerebrospinal fluid that engulfs your brain and stuff, take that cushion away, and you will start seeing them get knocked down and stuff like that. And I definitely could feel a big difference, like when I did drink that one time and tried to train. But when it comes to weed, I didn't really feel too much of a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't do it often because I'm thinking that it hurt my lungs and stuff like that. And the other fighters, the Mexicans, they like cocaine. That was they drug of choice because it don't fuck with your lungs. So I'm listening to all that kind of stuff, and I'm like, yo, the weed bad for your lungs. But I definitely ain't trying to do no cocaine. And I know firsthand that drinking it feel horrible when you're trying to train.
Right. And for the pain, if some of them having pain and they feel like they don't want to use certain stuff, those CBDs do work. You know what I'm saying? And you can use that as a rub on or a stick. I've used it before on my knee when my knee was hurting bad, and that stuff worked real good. No effects of me. You don't get no high, nothing like that from it. But and I'm gonna be honest, I played basketball, I smoke bud. And in basketball, you're trying to dodge smoke like you're trying to dodge it in boxing. But basketball, for me, some games just slow the game down.
Yeah.
You out there, you say, I'm finna take this boy right here. But like you said, we're gonna see if Big Baby learned. Did he learn something, or is he gonna still be the same guy? So you're right. He is at a figurative fork in the road. What move do he make now?
Yeah, and then we got a long history of fighters that's turned to that type of lifestyle, and then normally don't work out for them. We can go all the way back to the early 1800s and talk about Tom Molyneux. That shit happened to him. You know what I'm saying? He had a little bit of success after he had them 2 fights with Tom Crib, became a man of the town and out there with the women and drinking and fell off. And we done had a bunch of cases in between then and now. When fighters start living that type of lifestyle, it don't turn out good.
Yeah, they get too comfortable. You forget what it took to get you there. Or you get that mindset, oh, you know what, I'm gonna work out tomorrow, I'll double up tomorrow. You start pushing your stuff back to the next thing I'm gonna just do this today. You're right, Eric, fumbling the bag. That's exactly what it is.
The only fighter that I can think of that had some success in the midst of serious drinking, they call him Montequilla, smooth like butter. He beat Curtis Coates for the welterweight championship. He fought against Carlos Monzon. What's the name of that? What's that dude's name? I can't think his fucking name for some reason. But they said that he used to smell like alcohol and shit every day in the gym. And everybody was always worried about him, but he was still going out there winning fights and fought a Hall of Fame career. But outside of him, everybody else, I don't think that shit turned out good for him, especially the type of drinking addiction that he had. He was a full-blown alcoholic being a fighter.
Right. I was just thinking that he was what they call it, a functioning alcoholic.
Yep.
Those be the ones that die with liver cirrhosis of the liver a lot of times.
Yeah, Jose Napoles is his name.
Man. But you said you ever try to go to sleep hungry? But you just don't understand how you shot my mind back so far. I'm like, he ain't have to say that. My mind just automatically went back to being young, hungry, and a motherfucker. And wasn't nothing coming in. Y'all ain't nothing to eat tonight, huh? Oh, yeah. Man, you drinking a bunch of water, your stomach full of water, you throwing up because you trying to trick your mind. It just ain't working. Yeah, I know what it's like to go to bed hungry, bro. A lot of times. And wasn't no weed gonna help it.
Boxing, you gotta go to bed hungry and thirsty sometimes. Be walking around with a damn cup in your hand, chewing gum and spitting off in the cup, trying to lose weight. You know what I'm saying? Missing meals. You might have to eat an orange for a whole day. Like all you eat that day is an orange. Yeah, sometimes if you really square business about making weight, let's say it's the morning of a tournament, you might have to cut a few pounds that morning. If that's what you're trying to do. So I was never that type of motherfucker. If I don't make weight, I'm just fighting the next weight class. Square business. I'm not about to be the morning of the fights. I'm over here with a damn sauna suit on, jump roping. Like, nah, you got me fucked up. I'm not doing that shit. I will be fighting at 165. That's what's going down.
Tracy, fuck that. We just go. I'm too big. Okay, we just gonna fight these motherfuckers that's bigger.
Yep.
But trying to suck down at that time and seeing the consequences of different fighters, in just the last couple of years, go out there and get whooped up because they was fighting, trying to make weight, wasting time, losing weight instead of training. It has been bad showings. Everything that we've been looking at to accompany a loss is really standard, makes sense. The long layoffs, I'm gonna say doing it for the culture as a joke, but when they say that, but the layoffs, being overweight, having to lose weight and shrinking down to certain sizes, all of those guys, have been getting beat.
Yep.
Every last one of them.
Yep, I was very excited about the Shojahan Ergashev versus Subriel Matias fight, but Ergashev coming off a long layoff. The motherfucker have been out the ring for over a year. So that just took a lot of lust off the fight for me, man. Another one of them layoff fights. That's why I've been giving so much credit to the Sonny Edwards versus Ben Rodriguez fight, because ain't now one of them coming off a long layoff. They two young guys in their prime. They undefeated, fighting for are they fighting for at least a unified title? The motherfuckers, that's a major fight for me, man.
I know you. Excuse me. Yeah, I know you've been speaking about Bam for a minute. I think, if I'm correct, I think you're saying that's one of your favorite little fighters.
That's my favorite Texas fighter too.
There it is.
Yeah, skills pay the bills, man. I just like the skills of the dude. When I first found out about him, when I started watching him on YouTube, I couldn't stop watching him, and that's what let me know that that's my guy right there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
4.5 on the scale too. Won the silver medal at the Junior World Championship.
Did you say 4.5?
Yeah.
Oh, the only thing he can do is mess this up. Yeah, all he gotta do is follow his trajectory, stay in that gym, get that craft right, and it's up for him. I haven't really seen enough of him. But does he have that that swag about him where the crowd, where the people will be drawn to him?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he seemed like he got like a magnetic type of personality. There are a few things that concern me though. He seems to blow up between fights. Like in between fights, he looked like a different guy almost. He looked real puffy. You know what I'm saying? And plus, he got a lot of confidence as far as thinking that he's gonna turn out to be a great fighter. It was a fighter that fought this past weekend. His name was Sivanathan Noshinga. He did an article with Boxing Scene talking about he next up for boxing superstardom and he gonna go down as one of the best fighters of all time and all this kind of stuff. And immediately went out there and got his ass knocked out in 2 rounds in his next fight. When fighters be talking like that, shit just feel like some bad luck that they put
immediately.
Yeah,
went out there and got knocked out. So like, let me go and say this real quick and then run out there. Oh, he done got put to sleep in round 2.
Put to sleep, man.
Dang. But see, I don't know. I like a fighter that talk. But it's certain things that I guess it's kind of like taboo. When they get to saying certain things, you be like, dang, why you have to say that though? You know what I'm saying? I understand you trying to get into this dude's head, but you done went and said something that you done infuriated this dude.
Yeah.
And he got skills. Go out there and get your ass whooped all around the ring.
Yeah.
That boy say, Cobra watching this show like, I remember when I used to be your guy. Who guy? Oh,
talking about
V-Hop.
Yeah.
I remember.
Hey, man, I still got some respect for the guy, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, He fighting tough guys and stuff. It ain't like he out there fighting scrubs and shit like that. As a matter of fact, he always fought tough fighters. Hell, he was the first person to beat Austin Dulé early in his career. Austin Dulé got a 107-13 amateur record, fighting on the national level. Little B, I fought him when he only had like 5 or 6 fights, and maybe 8 fights at the most, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? He always fought some pretty good guys. It was this southpaw that he fought. I can't think of his fucking name. I see his face in my mind. I just can't think of his name. But he fought that guy early on in his career. The last fight he just fought Rayo Valenzuela. He went out there and fought Hector Garcia. That's the one that beat him. I mean, this dude is going out there fighting tough competition. It ain't like he's sitting back fighting scrub. You know what I'm saying? So I got some respect for the guy.
Well, seeing that all he's been fighting is hard competition.
Yeah.
You would have to give him credit. You know, if you give Adrian Broner credit, you'd have to give B-Hop credit. He had a bad performance. And yeah, we leaned on him pretty hard. But for the fact of him not being scared to get in the ring with anybody, they got to say something for him. They got to say a lot for him.
And if you compare him to Adrian Broner at this stage of his career, he actually fought way better competition than Broner. Broner was not fighting no good fighters until he fought Maidana. That was his first one. The other dudes were scrubs. Go back and look at him, except for that one, Antonio DeMarco. That was probably his best fight before he fought Maidana. That's the one he had the pink. He was wearing the pink, and that was probably his best performance of his career. But before Maidana, for the most part, he was fighting scrubs. Then after Maidana, that's when he started fighting good fighters like Sean Porter and Adrian Granados and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
if we make that comparison, B-Hop is way ahead than Adrian Broner as far as competition goes at this stage of his career.
Yeah. Well, I'm just, I was just trying to be fair, saying, if we're gonna lean on him for that one bad performance, we do have to give him credit for being in the ring with tough fights and coming back fighting hard fights.
Yeah.
So I say we lighten up on him a little bit. Joseph Brown in the house. He say, salute MZ. Salute to you, man.
All rise for the honorable Judge Joe Brown. Salute, bro.
He said, you can't talk, but living up to your proclamation goes hand in hand. I want to see Cobra versus Oshaki Foster.
Yeah, I'll take it. It's a high level fight.
Yeah, that's skill on skill.
Yeah.
I was really impressed with Foster. I like the way he looked in his last fight. I really enjoyed his last fight.
He did all right. He kept on moving the same direction the whole fight. He was out there fighting SpongeBob SquarePants. Like, the dude that he fought was the most squared up motherfucker that I done seen all year. He walking to this man. Oshaki going the same direction. He moving clockwise the entire fight. I can only remember 1 or 2 times where he moved to his right, but he was moving to his left the entire time. He made that fight harder than what it had to be. Some of the judges had him losing the fight. I think Hyphy said one of the judges had him down 11 rounds to nothing. That's not justified. I mean, I feel like he won some rounds, but he definitely made that fight a lot harder than what it had to be. You know what I'm saying? So he did okay. I gave the motherfucker like a B-. I ain't gonna sit up there and act like he just went out there and put together an A+ masterful performance, because he didn't.
No, I just enjoyed the fact that when the pressure caught up to him, how he was able to deal with it. That's what I looked at. He ate a couple of good shots and showed he had some whiskers. Not that you want to show that a lot, because you don't. But I got a chance to see that from that pressure, he didn't wilt or break. He kept that same good attitude. He kept fighting and ultimately got the stoppage. Hate that he was behind like that, because I really didn't see him being behind like that.
Yeah, but pressure is not all equal. Like, if you got that big, tall pressure fighter like a Dave Morrell or David Benavidez or something, that's one thing. Or you got them tough fighters with some aggression that also got some skills behind them, like a Sean Porter or something like that. That's one thing. But if you offering up with a little old bitty guy that's squared up and he walking to you, the shit don't even look like boxing. I can't give you just a whole bunch of credit, because you stood up to it. And then at the end of the day, that fight had open scoring. So when they went into the last round, he knew that he was down. And he immediately went out there and got him a stoppage. So that just lets you know he could have been and stepped it up another level in this fight. When it got down to desperation, that's when he stepped it up and did what he was supposed to do. But that shit that he did in the 12th round, I feel like he could have did that rounds ago. The man squared up, man, walking to him, SpongeBob SquarePants. Go to the body on that motherfucker. Sit down on some of them body shots. You know what I'm saying? Don't move clockwise the entire time. Move counterclockwise and give him a different look. He made that fight a lot harder than what it had to be.
I feel you. Now I'm gonna do some promoting because I'm still trying to get you in there with Jake. But maybe he was just carrying the dude.
What's the purpose? That's the dumbest thing in the world. Now you gonna go to this man's backyard and you fighting on his promotion, and you gonna go out there and carry somebody, and you on one of the scorecards you done got down 11 rounds to nothing.
I'm confident he's gonna stop it.
That's ridiculous. Nah, he definitely couldn't have been thinking nothing like that.
I can fantasize as a fan.
No, we ain't got to make no excuses for no fighters. We just analyze the fight for what it is. And I'm not saying he a bad fighter, nothing like that, but you also got to remember he got 2 losses to 2 unknown people on his record. So he the type of person that can fight down to his competition sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to recognize that about him instead of trying to make excuses for him or something. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. So you thinking he fall down to his competition again?
Yeah, he absolutely fall down to his competition.
That is a recipe for disaster.
It can be. So sometimes you can get lucky and pull yourself out the fire like he did. But what if you end up with somebody that you can't do that?
That's what I'm saying. That's a recipe for disaster. At some point, you're gonna burn the grits.
And that's why I'm just calling it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
I agree with you on that one. I'll ride with you on that one. I've been waiting. Did you see the Romelu Ali fight? Or did you miss that one?
I saw the highlights of it.
Man, I like the way she got tough. I lost on the champ Ross with her because I went against him. I knew I should have stayed with her. I got swayed.
Well, I mean, you gotta go with your first mind, OG. Don't let me talk you off your
man. It wasn't just you. I also listened to Decane, but I'm like, dang, I should have stuck with Romelu.
Yeah. I'm not good for rematches anyway, though. I always say that.
Yeah, you did say that. That's what also made me want to go with her because I was like, she could have learned something, be something different. Old girl probably was gonna be thinking, I knocked her out the first time. I can go ahead and do it the same way and knock her out again. So I looked at the element that Romelu might, if she was the boxer that I was hoping that she could be, that she would change up something. And she actually did. Like I said, she was getting tough with old girl. She got a little physical. She showed that she just ain't no model that's boxing. She a boxer that happens to model.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen some little mental toughness when she did that face off with her too, because a woman was trying to intimidate her, smiling at her, looking all sinister and stuff. And Romelu Ali just held her position. The girl got frustrated that she wasn't giving in, so she tried to step up in Romelu's face and put her forehead all in her face and stuff.
Yeah, I saw that.
Romelu, yeah, she just stayed cool, and it seemed like she took that attitude into the fight. So definitely salute to her. I mean, that's a hard thing to go out there and get knocked out by somebody and then go into an immediate rematch and go out there and get the victory. So definitely got to give her credit on that all day.
Yeah, I'm proud. I'm proud of her. I was happy for her. I was happy with the way she fought and that she got the win, But at the same time, I was like, damn. Another fail at the Champ Ross attempt.
Yeah. Well, you know, one pick ain't gonna make you or break you. Now you gotta you don't put together a subpar body of work this season.
Well, I done moved up 5. What didn't I see it? Didn't I move up?
You did. You went from 30th to 25th.
Okay, that's 5. That's 5 spots.
Yeah, you did. You did good.
So I need to go ahead and get another 5. Now I need to go for about 7 or 8.
Yeah, but you know, being in the 20s, that ain't where you belong. And then we done already had like 5 or 6 weeks, so you need to be moving the other direction a little bit more.
I'm finna make a move. You go like, okay, there you go. Remember, this is how I went when I pulled off the good. Damn it, I missed the top 10. D-Lo. I got to get to that top 10.
Yeah,
I got to get up there. He said she got tough first fight and got stopped. Now, yeah, she got tough, but what I'm saying, this fight, you know, I seen her go and put that forearm in old girl chest, throat. She just got a lot more physical, and when old girl tried to press her, she actually bulled up against old girl. She wrapped her up when she needed to. A good strong wrapping up, Joseph Brown at that. You know, she wasn't just grabbing and letting old girl get loose. Old girl threw a punch after the referee broke her up. Romula got that back. You know, she showed that she wasn't coming out there to let old girl knock her out like that. It didn't seem like she was going for that. She came out there and did her thing. Yeah. And I changed my damn pick. I don't know, man. That's all right, though. Like I said, top 10, I'm coming. I'm coming. It's some giggling going on. There's some laughing. D-Lo, I know he just holding tight, throwing a little shots at me every once in a while. Oh, yeah, y'all. Yeah. D-Lo 3, MZ1 type shit. I got you.
Well, can't nobody really say too much. I mean, everybody pretty close on the Champ Ross. It ain't like everybody in the top 5 and you down there in the 20s. I mean, they might be 5 or 6 spots in front of you or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's just 5 or 6 spots too many though, bro.
Yeah, I'm just saying they can't talk too much though, because it ain't like they kicking ass they sell.
Now let him keep on shooting. It's feeding me. It's feeding me.
The only one that's kicking ass is Almond Brown.
Oh man, that's just going to be real. She been hovering in the top 10 since we started, pretty much.
She been top 5. She was ranked number 3.
So she crushing it.
Yeah. Me and Yasa in the top 10 though, at least.
Yeah, I got Yasa on is it this week? Oh no, that was the week that just passed, huh?
Yeah, he went out there and kicked y'all ass because he got second. Hey, he said he was the boogeyman.
Yeah, but I got out there and dealt with it. You know, you know what I'm saying? I jumped my ass out there. Now, you ain't gonna call boogeyman on me. Yeah. Went out there and got hit with everything except the toilet. Yeah. I just woo. Yeah, Yasa did his thing.
Yep, and Nick Homer got first. That's our other partner.
Well, they shining.
Yeah, he passed me up on the Champ Ross. I think he like in number 6, number somewhere off from now. I'm at number 9. So I need a big week this week. I think I'm gonna get it too.
I'm gonna just sit back and see what happens. I think I'm doing all right this week, though. I think I'm gonna do all right. Hyphy say now Anderson and Broner comparisons are even more justified.
Yeah.
I would have to. I would hope not for Anderson. I would hope he young enough that he realized that he looked at the landscape of boxers before him that went down that road and get his stuff together. I hope that's not asking too much of him.
I'm actually worried about Anderson because the way he was up there crying and shit with Roy Jones, he make me think he a basket case. And when he drinking, I don't know if he drinking just to have fun or if he drinking trying to self-medicate himself because he feel like the spotlight is big and he getting all this attention and he don't know if he can do it and he got all this psychological shit going on. So I think if he over there trying to self-medicate himself, that's probably even worse. Instead of just drinking to have fun like the other motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, you would hope somebody care enough about him to be looking at him because like you said, it could be a cry for help.
I'm saying, I mean, it's starting to come to the top now. I mean, he just got caught and got a DUI. You know that ain't his first time drinking. He done drunk before.
And drove.
So what's done in the dark comes to light, and his shit might be starting to come to light.
True. That's one of the truest statements ever. Was done in the dark come to light.
Yeah.
Well, as fans, all we can do is voice our opinions. To them, it might not mean much. To some, it might ring a little bit. But, it's how they want to deal with their career and what they feel like they're going to do with their life. For me, those that stay in the gym and handle up, they might hit a hiccup every once in a while. I see those being the ones that we seem to enjoy the most.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to these niggas' personal lives, I don't really give a fuck. I be thinking like in terms of who I'm picking. And I think that the next up is not Jared Anderson. I think it's Bakadir Jalalov. That's who I think is next up. So that just strengthens my pick.
What he look like?
The big, tall, 6'7" motherfucker, something like that.
He wear a beard?
Nah, he ain't got no beard.
That must not. I'm trying to remember this dude that he got like a twitch.
He a southpaw. Got some real good skills, man. He done been around the block a bunch of times, got a whole bunch of amateur fights, winning all kind of medals, Olympics, AIBA World Championships. Another one of our top heavyweight prospects in the United States is this guy named Richard Torres, and Jalalov knocked his ass out at the AIBA World Championships. Then he beat him in the Olympics to win the gold medal. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this dude, he been around the block, man. He was fighting Joe Joyce in the amateurs and all the motherfuckers. Like, and like I said, he a big skill motherfucker.
I'm gonna have to go look him up.
A bona fide 5 on the scale.
Ooh, that's serious.
Yeah.
That boy Eric Carr said I took a L too. He said he might need to change of scenery. Go take up residence with Roy Jones and Eddie Kane Charlo. Boy, wow. Joseph Brown said he giving all of them call vibes.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, man. Like he said, that shit might be a plea for help.
Well, like I said, I hope somebody love him enough to recognize that. You know what I'm saying? Try to go to that. Shoot, Roy should have realized it sitting there talking to him that day when he was doing all that crying. Dude, you crying, not just because we having a one-on-one in private. It's a camera rolling that's going to broadcast this to everybody.
Yeah.
That his actions are ringing out loud. And shoot, I hope he get the help, because say he wins some fights, end up with big prospects, big money rolling in, some super fight looming with the lights being super bright. We might see this boy break in half.
Yeah, I'm curious because hell, he wasn't crying when he was getting all them first round knockouts. Now these niggas starting to fight back. Now you want to cry and want to drink. I want to see what's gonna happen when he off and it's somebody that's really squabbling with him, giving as good as he getting. I want to see how he gonna hold up under that type of pressure. And when he go up and start fighting these top guys, guess what? You ain't gonna hit them with a 3-2 combination and they fall down. Them motherfuckers gonna come right back with something. So that's what I want to see.
Right. Dare I say, he might end up like Anthony Joshua when he first took loss. Because he seemed to be a little mentally fragile. Not that he drank or anything like that. He just seemed to be a little mentally fragile. I think he was trying to hold up to something that he wasn't. I think he was trying to hold to a persona that he really wasn't, that he's really not.
Yeah, but his happened when he was on them silk sheets. Like, he already had the success. This nigga tripping on the way up. He ain't even sleeping on silk sheets yet, and he tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like Anthony Joshua, when he was on his way to get what he was trying to get, he went up in there like a killer. He wasn't over there acting like crying and acting like he didn't have what it takes to get where he was trying to go. He wasn't doing all that. He started tripping once he got the success. This dude here is tripping before he even get the success. I think that's different.
You ever heard of the statement being made that some people are scared of success?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of things around success. I mean, like, for example, some people don't handle success very well. Like, success is the worst thing that can happen to them almost. You know what I'm saying? I actually see a little bit of that in myself, to be honest with you. Like, when I used to play poker all the time, like, I would, like, my dad and I would have friends. I got a friend that come to our YouTube channel every now and then. He called himself your gaming plug. He real good at poker. He one of them people that'll go to a game and win 4,000-5,000 at one time. I was the type of person, I actually played my best when I was behind by a little bit. Like, let's say I buy into a game for 500 and I'm down to like 480 or something. I'll be locked in like a motherfucker. But let me go and win 600-700. I'm not the type of dude that's gonna sit up there and just try to run that shit up to some thousands. And nigga, I'm over there counting my money. I'm ready to cash out and leave. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't handle successes as good as they do. See, like my friend, when he started getting success, it make him lock in and play better. Once I start getting success, I actually play worse because I'm not focused on the game. I'm focused on my money, and I want to leave a winner. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You start thinking about the bag in the process of trying to hold on to the bag.
Well, I guess an experience too, because like I done had some times where I done been up in the game and I left a big loser. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember one time I went to a game down in Salado, and I was doing pretty good in the game. I was up by like $600, and I had this dude that rolled with me, and he was borrowing my money and asking me for loans and shit. So once he started asking to borrow my money, that kind of threw me off my game, and I actually left like a $1,600 loser. So I was up by 6 and went down by 1,600 before I left. And experiences like that kind of stayed with me to where I ain't want to feel that shit again. So if I get up and I'm a pretty decent winner, to where if I leave, I feel good, I want to leave with a profit.
Now, I'm gonna be honest. What made me not gamble until I'm where I am now, I really wouldn't do no gambling. And I'm gonna tell you why. When I was young, I was like, I think 10. I was with my cousin Lee. I had a fresh $5 bill. And $5 was a lot back then. For those that say, oh, just $5, $5 was a lot. And his boys were shooting dice. And I wanted to play. And he led me. And I lost all my $5, man. I was so mad. I couldn't do nothing. But I was hot. I couldn't buy no penny candy. I couldn't get, oh man, everything was messed up. And I couldn't ask my auntie for no more money. My mom would give us so much money for my allowance. And my auntie was like, I'm gonna give you this much per week. And that was the rest of it. That was it. That week was dead.
Well, that's a good lesson. That's a good lesson, because the opposite could have happened. You could have You could have played and won a bunch of money and got hooked on that shit. Because that's the way it happened with some people. So it's good that you learned that lesson early on. Because if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't understand the math and you don't understand shit like that, you don't need to fuck with it. So I'm glad that happened to you. Go sit your
Yeah.
ass down somewhere.
I'm glad it happened to me too. Because I was out there. I didn't understand. 'Cause let me tell you, what messed me up, I rolled, right? I rolled and they said, you know, my cousin like, oh, you hit the point. So I grabbed the dice before I grabbed the money. And they told me, oh, you can't get the money now because you picked up the dice. Yeah. I'm like, wait, what?
You burnt
How did it even work?
Yeah, you burnt them.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. You burned the dice. I'm like, what? So, yeah, that was a lesson that I'm like, man, I ain't trying to do that no more. He said Anderson isn't fighting for the love or for himself. He's fighting carrying a weight that he's showing he can't handle. The weight of his circumstances might sabotage him in the end. What weight are we talking about? His family? Because that should be a positive weight, but I know it could be a negative one too. I'm not going to even make that sit there and let that statement come out.
Yeah.
If it's his family, you know, sometimes families can be leeches. They can drain you of everything.
Yeah.
Whatever his plight is, he better figure out how to get it together. For the simple fact of the sport that he's in, that's unloving for somebody that steps out there that is not all the way prepared.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Like I've always said, we watch this sport. We've already agreed to we might see somebody die. We literally watching something that's brutal, and we enjoy it. But you know, you can see this coming down the road real fast. Man, get your shit together.
Everybody just ain't built for shit either. Just because you got the talent, that don't mean that you built for it.
Yeah, you gotta have the heart to go with it.
Yep.
Gotta have that. You gotta have that big E. I just want to get hit. Okay. Those make fighters. You gotta have that heart. You gotta be able to say, I can push myself and take it. Go home, go to sleep, and be willing to get up the next day and do it again until you get what you want out of it.
Yeah. And plus, you gotta just like that spotlight too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, one thing, if you look at the Floyd Mayweathers, the way that they act in that gym, they all love to be the center of attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is a big part of being a star. And if that ain't you, you might not have what it takes.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Because Floyd, you can tell he loves that spotlight. Love it. If you can love it and you can live up to it, more power to you. And for him, he proved, hey, you can get it to the point where you got people paying to see you lose, and you got people paying to see you win. You're there. You up there like a superstar rapper or a superstar singer or actress or actor. You there. That's the accomplishment. I think that's the accomplishment for any athlete, to be so good and so intriguing to people that you have half of them paying to see you lose and the other half paying to see you win.
Yep.
Man,
I try to jump on for a second, man. I'm about to go ahead and get my ass off.
I feel you.
I'm over here fucked up on this damn I don't even know what the name of this shit is because I can't read the bottle. It say something like some Rainbow Kaiser or some shit that it said, but we got a dispensary down here now. And,
okay.
Yeah, we got a whole dispensary down here. I went up in there and got me some of that top shelf shit they got. And that shit was some heat. It's expensive though. That's the only thing.
Really?
Yeah. Eighth is 60. Well, it ain't even an eighth. It's 4 grams. You know what I'm saying? So I guess a seventh. $60 plus tax.
Dang.
Yeah. Well, it's some heat though. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, he said I'm over here fucked up on it.
Yeah. I'm about to be in the chat, man.
Shoot, I'm actually getting ready to get off. I'm gonna play this track. I appreciate Hyphy holding it up and starting it up for me. I got a chance to go see my baby girl get inducted into the National Honor Society.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. Congratulations.
I'm so proud. And I looked around the room at the different students that was receiving it, and I got a swell of pride for them too. You know, because they've achieved something that everybody has a chance to get it, but rarely do people capitalize on it.
How old is she?
She's 20 now.
Yeah.
20 years old. She's a published author at the age of 8. And yeah, she's been clowning academically.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna hold you. Who the Cowboys playing this weekend?
I don't even know who the fuck they playing. This nigga here, he all happy because them Eagles got lucky and beat them Cowboys because them damn referees want to cheat at the end of the game. They don't want to call no holding on Michael Parsons. They can just hold this man every fucking play, don't call. Illegal hands to the face. Like, damn, can we get these calls? They talking about they just let him play at the end of the game. Like, nah, fuck that, make the call. You see the man just blatantly hit the man in the face. You don't want to make the call? Like, yeah, that's some bullshit, man.
It don't matter if it's at the end of the game or whatever. If it's an infraction, you should call it. Plain and simple.
That's the way I feel.
I hate when they do it because to me it's like you taking the chance away from the team to be able to do what they need to do.
Yeah, see, I be looking at shit like that a little different than a lot of people too. Like I think the penalties were still pretty even as far as the ones that they did call. I think it was like 10 on both sides. But when you see penalties, that means that motherfucker was out of position. Because when you have the advantage on the play, you have no need to do no penalty. You ain't got to hold the motherfucker if you already got the advantage. So they let me know when it comes to some of them matchups, the motherfuckers didn't have the advantage in all the matchups all the time. That's why you see penalties on both sides. So they let me know that the Cowboys and the Eagles, they are a lot closer than what I thought they were. And that game right there was in Philadelphia too. So they was the home team. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, so they are a lot closer than what they appear to be.
Okay. That's a different way to look at it.
Yeah, if some janky shit happened, like, cause they already got to play each other twice a year because they division opponents. If some janky shit happens where they play each other a third time in the playoffs, I can see the Cowboys fucking around and knocking them off in the playoffs. I can see that. But I picked the Eagles to win the division and all that kind of shit, and it's going down like I thought it was. But the Cowboys are looking more competitive than what I thought they would be.
Okay, I feel you.
Yeah, I ain't just a blind fan like some people that just blindly follow after people. Shit, I look at it from a real analytical type of perspective.
Yeah, because I have met some people that are just fans. They just don't care. They in the last game of the season and they losing. And the first thing they say before the game is over with is, I ain't worried about it. We're gonna be right next year. Like, whoo, okay.
Yeah, them motherfucking Jets went out there and just put on a clinic when it came to fucking our money off last night, though. Nigga, that shit was crazy.
I didn't even go look at no highlights because you was talking about fumbles and all that.
Yeah, man, the motherfuckers had like maybe 4 fumbles in the game. at least 3. I think the quarterback. I mean, I can't even remember how that shit went because I'm over here on this gas. But it was fumble after fumble after fumble, turnover. I'm just like, man, this shit crazy. And the Chargers didn't even play just no outstanding game to where they were just out there doing their thing. If you look at their numbers, they was pedestrian. But the fucking Jets just went out there and tried their best to look like hot garbage out there. We had the Jets in at least 9.5 points. I don't know how many points you took on your teaser, but I took 6, and they was already at 3.5. So I got 9.5 at home, and they went out there and tried their best to fuck the game up. That was ridiculous. For real.
Yeah, I could tell when you was texting. Oh, hold up. Joseph Brown say the penalties was even, and you got 60 yards in penalties on the last drive. The referees was trying to give y'all the game.
No, I'm talking about it was some crucial times where the Philadelphia Eagles had the ball, and when we got the ball back, we would have had better field position. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that they automatically would have cashed in, but they would have had the opportunity, even though he's saying they did get an opportunity at the end of the game and they fucked it off. But even before then, I felt like they had some better opportunities. If the referees would have made them calls. It's 2 in particular. One of them, they were just holding Michael Parsons. It was a blatant hold, didn't call. And then there was another one, illegal hands to the face. They missed that call. Like, man, fuck that. We need all hours. If them niggas is out there committing penalties, we need all our penalties.
Don't pick and choose, huh? Oh man, Eric, shots across the bow. Don't say nothing to him, Joseph Brown. Let the man grieve.
They feeling good and shit. They talk like them Eagles just got some kind of championship legacy or something in this league. Them motherfuckers got 1 championship. When Nick Foles closed his eyes and was throwing that ball as far as he can, and Alshon Jeffrey then was going out there coming down with that shit. Outside of that, them folks ain't got no championship legacy in this NFL. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand where all the confidence comes from. Well, where all this Philadelphia Eagles confidence come from?
It's a beautiful thing. Eric also say December. Winter is coming. You know how them boys be when choke season starts. They want home cooking at the link.
How many championships the Cowboys got and how many championships the Eagles got?
Don't the Cowboys got like 7?
No, we got 5.
Roger Staubach name only got 2?
Yep.
Okay. And then Emmett then got 3. Okay, yep. 5. Yep. I thought they had. The Steelers would beat them. The Steelers.
Throw back Roger Staubach. They ain't got no motherfucker on the Eagles like that. You know what I'm saying?
Man, Staubach used to do his thing.
Yeah.
He'd be taking some poundings and get up and end up throwing some Hail Mary or some crazy play. He'd get that ball off and end up winning. Roger the Dodger Staubach.
Yeah. He talking about listening to this 94 shit. What was y'all doing back then? Why the Eagles only got 1 championship? I want to know what's the reason in the long history of this team they only got 1 championship. Why is that?
That's a good question.
He act like he wouldn't have had fun if the Eagles was winning championships back in the 90s. What was you doing in the 90s? Was you talking and acting the way you acting right now? Or did you have your tail tucked between your legs because them Cowboys was putting feet in everybody's ass and going to them Super Bowl? I want to know, what was you doing in the 90s? We was wearing starter jackets down here. Throw them Cowboy Apex starter jacket on or something on them, boy.
With that big star on the back of it.
Be clean.
I know what you're talking about. Those Cowboys was the talk of everything then. What's the name of their little old place where the team used to be?
I don't know. I know he had that the hole in the roof so God could look down on his team.
No, not that one. They little compound where they used to go chill at.
I see these niggas don't want to answer the question. Why do the Eagles only have one championship? I want to know why do I like looking at shit from a macro perspective, the grand scheme of the big picture. Okay, we in a microcosm right now. We looking at the 2023-24 season, and you could say that I'm crying about calls. But at the same time, let's look at this from a big picture perspective. Why do the Eagles only have one championship? Goddamn backup quarterback coming to the game because Carson Wentz then got hurt, even though he was doing his thing before he got hurt. And then this motherfucker, Nick Foles, come in and just close his eyes and throw the ball as far as he can. Every fucking game. And that's how they won. I give them that credit because they did beat the Patriots. They beat the Patriots like 34-41, something like that. But that's the only championship. These niggas be talking like they the Steelers or something. Like they just got they talk like they the Patriots. Y'all the fucking Eagles. Like, let's keep this shit in perspective.
Derek Daly in the house. He say salute. What's going on? Wait a minute, it just jumped. Where is it? Somebody? He said, when has the Super Bowl favorite Cowboys made the Super Bowl in the past 30 years? Y'all
he don't want
like
to answer. He don't want to answer my question. I ain't worried about nothing he's saying. Because he done sidestep every question I done had. Derek Bailey, what's going down? I'm talking about Super Bowls, Joseph Brown, all that what y'all was winning when they was wearing leather helmets and all that shit. I ain't worried about none of that. I'm talking about Super Bowls. Why do y'all only have one Super Bowl trophy? One. Why?
That man said not the championship, Super Bowl.
Eric Carr, he want to come and co-sign that Joseph Brown stuff. Talking about we got one. I'm talking about when the AFC play the NFC. Why do y'all only have one Lombardi trophy? One. Why? Y'all done had some good players, good quarterbacks. Donovan McNabb, Randall Cunningham, shit like that. Why you only got one championship? One. Derek Bailey said, I didn't get to see the game, but it sounded like the Cowboys were cheated, goddamn me. Yeah, I mean, I can't just say the Cowboys were straight cheated. But I feel like the referees swallowed their whistles in some opportune times. And I just felt like the Eagles got a little bit of home cooking. Like they got an assist to get that win. They definitely didn't look like no unbeatable world beaters, though. I tell you that right now. And they ain't really played like that all season. That's why Eric Carr keep on saying they ain't peaked yet. We ain't seen their best yet because they ain't been playing just like a real great team this season. Yeah, we go. Go ahead,
I got
bro.
one question. Did the brotherly shove work, or did the Cowboys stop that?
I actually don't even remember if they ran that play, to be honest with you. I know that's some unstoppable shit. That's a hell of a play.
That's gonna be on Madden. People gonna be flocking to if they still playing Madden, they're gonna be flocking to the Eagles just because of their play.
Eric Carr said, because we lost, we winning now though. Y'all winning in the regular season. Y'all just went to a Super Bowl last year and held the L. Yes, y'all did go, but you held the L. Y'all niggas walking around acting like y'all won the damn Super Bowl last year. Y'all niggas lost the Super Bowl, man, to the Kansas City Chiefs without Tyreek Hill. That's what happened. You lost. He talking about we winning now like they out there winning Lombardi trophies. Y'all ain't won since Nick Foles. Like, come on, man. Y'all ain't winning, motherfuckers. Y'all winning in the regular season, man.
We got Joseph Brown in the house.
Look. Let's set the record straight on this championship stuff. We won championship. We won championships in the '60s before it was a Super Bowl era. The Packers, we beat them twice and won a championship. So we got a total of 3 championships. Just because it wasn't called Super Bowls, then doesn't mean it don't count.
How many Lombardi trophies y'all got?
We got 1. When the last time y'all got to the NFC Championship game? I'll wait.
It's been a long time. But
Thank
at
you.
the end, but how many Lombardi trophies do the Cowboys got?
That's all y'all can talk about. What you did 50 years ago.
I answered your question. Can you answer my question, sir?
The last time you won was 1995.
How many Lombardi trophies do the Cowboys got, and how many do the Eagles got?
We got 1, but we got a total of three chips in total.
Okay, how many chips the Cowboys got?
Y'all got 5. Y'all got 5. Y'all got 5. So what? That don't diminish what we're doing currently though. Y'all not. What are y'all doing currently?
Bro, y'all won 1 Super Bowl. You talk like y'all won a Super Bowl last year. Y'all lost.
We got there. You ain't even snipped it since '95.
But what at the end of the day, what does it matter if you didn't win the whole thing?
But who's talking about?
Okay, so you want a consolation prize?
No, you want to feel good because you lost on Sunday. That's what y'all want to do.
It's really not all that serious to me. I'm just talking shit. But at the end of the day, we done had more success as a team overall than y'all have.
No, you haven't.
So how
many?
Let's
look at the 2000s. Look at the 2000s. How many division titles have y'all won? How many division titles have you won in the last 20 years? I'll wait.
How many Lombardi trophies do the Cowboys got, and how many do the Eagles have?
That's the only thing you can hold your hat on. You can't hold your hat on nothing else.
So I can't hold my hat on championships.
That's the only thing you can hold your hat on. What you did 50 years ago.
What else matters besides championships?
Have you won your division more than us in the last 25 years?
All I can tell you is my team has won more than.
Have you represented the NFC conference any decade in the last 30 years?
How many Super Bowl trophies do we have, and how many do y'all have?
We got 1 plus the 2, plus the 2, making 3 championships total, and y'all got 5.
Y'all can act like we the Browns or something all you want to.
We don't act like that. Y'all got a complex. Y'all got a complex because y'all see us coming up, and y'all got to feel like y'all got to stroke y'all egos. See, most of the time, I don't even say nothing.
No, but
I just be chilling.
Now you in your feelings today. That's why you jumped on. But listen here though, we done seen y'all come before, bro. Y'all done had good teams in the past. Y'all had Donovan McNabb, and y'all was going 14-2 and 13-3. Y'all was doing that shit. This is not the first. This is not the first time that this has happened. We done seen y'all come before. Y'all won a bunch of regular season games. You won in the playoffs a little bit. Got to the Super Bowl. Lost to the Patriots. I mean, if that's what y'all want to hang y'all head on, like, okay, y'all be sorry. Y'all ain't got there. We have got there. We just been losing. Okay,
I don't hang
on there, brother.
I don't hang my head on nothing.
You couldn't even let me finish my point. That's how rattled you are right now.
Go ahead, do your thing, bro. Do your thing, bro. I'm calm. I'm listening. You talking, I'm talking mine. I'm calm. I'm good.
I was just saying, I was talking. You jumped in on, you know what I'm saying? Calm down, brother.
Do your thing, man.
I forgot what the hell I was talking about there. Go ahead.
Nah, man, it's all good, man. I mean, it is what it is. Y'all got y'all history. Y'all did y'all thing in the past. It's a new day. Everybody has their time. Your time is past. That's all.
See, but this is the way I look at it, though. because it's not like the times that the Eagles was good, the Cowboys been in the basement. Y'all done had some success. Y'all went and got that one Super Bowl. You'd have been to the Super Bowl twice. You lost to the Patriots, and you also lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. But in that time period, it ain't like we were trash, bro. We done had some decent teams with some decent records. We just get to the playoffs and we lose. But it ain't like we just been in the basement. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, it's been times where both the teams done had a measure of success. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to the overall scope of things, we won more Lombardi trophies. Like, we didn't have more years where we were happy and talking shit than y'all. And I'm old enough to have been around when the Cowboys won 30 years ago. Yeah, I was around then. And we had fun. 92, 93, 95, we had fun. And y'all didn't. So now y'all having a little bit of fun, but it's not like y'all taking down Lombardi trophy after Lombardi trophy. Y'all ain't putting together no dynasties that's going out here winning back-to-back Super Bowls and shit.
Are you good?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So here's the thing, MZ. This is a rivalry with the Cowboys and the Eagles, right?
I know.
The thing is with the Cowboys, right? They can't never just give us our credit when we beat them. It's always got to be an underlying excuse. Oh, the referees. Oh, this. It can't never be that they just weren't good enough to get it done. If the Cowboys beat us on Sunday, I'd be like, cool, y'all won. Good game. But every time we play them and they don't end up the victor, it's always the ref cheating them. There's always something else. They just make so many excuses for the stuff that they do wrong on the field. Like that game was in hand for them to win at the end. And look, they do what they always do. They find ways to not win the games they're supposed to win. That's Dallas history right there for the last 20 plus years. They've been operating in that capacity. They've had, like you said, they've had teams where they've been the number one seed, and then they lost to the Giants, a team that was clearly inferior to them, and they end up losing. Didn't even get past the NFC divisional round.
But hold on, didn't that same Giants team go on to win the whole thing?
Doesn't matter. You guys were the number one seed.
No, but it's hard to say that we were clearly superior to them when they
You did.
They went and won the Super Bowl. They beat the Patriots.
They didn't beat you. They didn't beat you. They didn't beat you in the regular season.
Is that the dude that called it on his helmet? Is that the game?
That's when the Giants beat the Patriots. That's David Tyree.
Okay. I know it was two good catches that won games. Did he catch
the Giants had both of them?
Okay, yeah. I think didn't they beat the Cowboys with one and they beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl with the other?
Well, they beat the Patriots 2 times with big throws at the end of the game by Eli Manning. One of them was across the middle with David Tyree. The other one was on the sideline. I can't remember who it was, but Eli dropped it right in the bucket.
Yeah, I remember those games. That was the year that the Patriots went undefeated in the season and lost the Super Bowl.
But as far as what he just said, he right. But when it comes to this game that we just had on Saturday, if the way he said that, it almost sounded like I was making up what I was saying. Like there were 2 plays that were blatant.
Did you see that blatant? Did you see that blatant play that you're talking about? That same blatant play that you're talking about, that what's the name was hands to the face. That same play, your offensive lineman hit my guy hands to the face. So they didn't call it on you, or that would have been offsetting penalties. They didn't call it on either team.
Okay, did you see the play where Michael Parsons got held?
I saw that.
You don't think that was a blatant call? So,
brother, they're not gonna get every call, brother.
Yeah, I understand that, but that don't mean that I shouldn't have a gripe about the ones that they missed that were so clear. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see what's wrong with pointing that out. I don't see what's wrong with that. And then at the same time, in the spirit of having fun, talking shit about the sport and just talking shit with your partners about it, I don't see what's wrong with saying that. Well, we all supposed to be partners just talking shit about the game. I don't take this shit as seriously as maybe you think I do, or what most people do, because I actually bet against the Cowboys on a pretty regular basis. Like when it comes to shit like that, I'm not that big of a fan. Like I will bet against the Cowboys in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind when it comes to me, bro. I'm not like a straight fanboy like a lot of people are.
No, I'm just saying from the standpoint of even when they don't get certain calls that they should get, there's always makeup calls in the course of the game. And even on that last drive, every single time there was a penalty that they had to call, they made it. And you guys were in position to win. At the end of the day, despite that, you still had the opportunity to win. And you guys didn't get it done. And so that's why I'm saying what I'm saying now, because would you be saying anything about those calls had y'all still won?
Yeah, I would put that as the cherry on top. Nigga, the referee tried to get us and we still went out there and beat y'all, nigga. Like, yeah, I would still mention it. It would just be the cherry on top.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
I can get that logic. Yeah, we went out there and beat y'all. Y'all had the refs making calls and stuff, and we still kicked y'all ass. I can see how that can go.
And then at the same time, I think I'm actually pretty fair-minded because I done picked the Eagles to win the division like the last 2 years. I picked them to win the division this year. It ain't like I'm just some type of emotional football fan or some shit. I call it like I see it. And if I call a play that was missed or something like that, in my mind, I'm still just calling it like I see it. I just happen to be a Cowboy supporter, so somebody might call that crying. But it ain't crying to me. I'm just calling it how I see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because in the nutshell, I'm pissed at how we played. He played bad. The Cowboys played their best. And fortunately, we into the bye week 8-1.
Yeah, I can't even say that. Like I don't even subscribe to that. You know, that's just a built-in excuse if we do lose. Oh, we didn't play our best. Play your best. You know, if the Cowboys would have won, what are we gonna say? Oh, we didn't play our best. Oh, motherfucker, you lost.
Now I could say the Cowboys had some strokes of bad luck because when Romo got tackled right there, like inches from the touchdown,
you talking about when he played the Seattle Seahawks and they had him out there holding on the field goal extra point.
Yeah.
And he fumbled the snap and shit and tried to take off and run. That was some janky shit because he did drive them to get down the field to win the game. He just fucked up on some shit that he shouldn't even been on. Your starting quarterback is out there
catching the ball.
Yeah. Like that shit was fucking stupid. Well, you know, that's Cowboys doing janky shit. Like I know that they done been janky. I done been sitting up there a bunch of times. It's a game to go to the playoffs or something. And Romo go out there and throw a pick six to end the game and shit. And I'm like, these motherfucking Cowboys. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
But at the same time, they want to erase history. They want to erase the success that the Cowboys had. And the truth be told, they haven't duplicated what the Cowboys have done. Let the Eagles go out there and win 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. You don't think I'm gonna give them their props? But they haven't done anything like that. And that's just bottom line.
Well, I was going to put this in when you guys had brought it up that who's been the most successful franchise out of the two.
I just don't like MZ when people just want to count Super Bowls like those other championships never happened. You know, they're there, but because it ain't Super Bowl, it ain't named Lombardi, even though we beat Lombardi in Lombardi's house to win it, we don't get credit for that.
Yeah, but how many teams that was in the conference? Like I don't even know. I don't even know the history like that. Enlighten me. How many teams was in the what they was winning, like some NFC championships basically?
No, they were called
Before the
world champ.
merger.
They were called world championships. So they had the Baltimore Colts. They had
Bears.
They had the Bears. They had Dallas. They had Philly. They had Green Bay. They had they had Kansas City. They had the Jets. They had a bunch of teams back then, but it just wasn't called the Super Bowl. It was
But this
called
is
World
before the
Championship.
merger, right? So
Yeah,
so half the teams in the after the merger, they wasn't there to compete with them at first, right?
Yeah.
When they pretty much.
So it was like 16 teams or something altogether.
Something like that. And then you had even the Cleveland Browns got world championships when they had what's the running back?
Tim Brown.
Yeah, Tim Brown. Nobody talks about them championships like they don't exist.
I mean, that's cool, but you got to admit that if the field is went from 16 to 32, that is a little tougher to win championship, right?
I'm saying, but then if that's the case, then you got to erase all the championships the Boston Celtics won back in the day when it was just them and the Lakers and just a few other teams.
Well, I guess
I think they do. I think they do, because if they didn't, people would be trying to say that Bill Russell is greater than Michael Jordan, but people don't say that. Even though he got all the rings, he still don't get the respect that Michael Jordan get for his 6.
Well, I just claim it as when football made a change in the era. So the championships are there. They just don't get spoke of as much unless they going back and digging deep into the history. They kind of make the Lombardi Trophy the new standing point. But I do get it because the Bears got championships, but they only got that Super Bowl.
Yeah, and then a lot of the players on the Eagles, I actually like the motherfucker, like Jalen Hurts and shit like that. I'm a Jalen Hurts fan.
He a Texas boy.
I remember when he was in the championship with Alabama, and he got benched for Tua, and Tua came in and won that game. And it seemed like everybody just turned on the man. He just all of a sudden became trash before he went to Oklahoma. And did he win the Heisman, or he almost won the Heisman or something like that, right? At Oklahoma. I think he was at least in contention for the Heisman. And he turned this shit around.
Yeah, he was runner up.
Okay, he was runner up. So he turned this shit around on their bitch ass, went to the NFL, and I just like the way he carry himself, conduct himself. He all business. He ain't out there with the rah-rah flashy shit. He just out there trying to get a W on your ass any way it come. He'll sacrifice his body if he have to. He'll get in the off season and work on his throwing. He'll a motherfucker that's gonna be in the film room. You ain't got to worry about him with nothing like that. Like, I respect that guy a lot. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like I just got pure hatred for the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he is a Texas boy too.
I trade Dak for that motherfucker right there in a heartbeat. I just think he made us some tough shit. I don't really trust Dak. Like, I remember I went to Louisiana to go gamble. I went to the Horseshoe. Dak Prescott was at the Horseshoe when I was there. This is in the middle. This is during the football season too. Last year, I was off in there gambling, and he had his own little section to himself, and it was like a big deal. Everybody, oh man, Dak Prescott down here, man. Dak Prescott down here. And I was like, man, nigga, you supposed to be watching some film or something, motherfucker. You down here gambling. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of shit make me not trust him.
So he was on his Keith Thurman. You was Adrian Broner trying to talk him back up to the fucking hotel.
Bro, business, man, motherfucker down there gambling. I'm sitting there like, man, this nigga. It was that. Matter of fact, it was their bye week. But still, though, I mean, I know it's your bye week, but goddamn, I mean, it seemed like the people that just real serious about winning, they would just try to take advantage of all the time possible to work on their shit because he was throwing a lot of interceptions at that time. So it seemed like he should have been working on this shit so he can clean it up. But instead, he down at the horseshoe. Gambling.
He said gambling clear his head.
Yeah, I thought about that too. I'm like, well, the man ain't a robot. And Dak Prescott actually, he has been through a lot. He lost his mother. He lost his brother. That's the kind of shit people don't even be thinking about when it comes to Prescott. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess it's a good thing that his head been as good as it's been. Because a lot of people are fold under that type of pressure. You done lost your mother. You lost your brother.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I actually like him more now that he don't give a damn about what the media says.
He was
I
running
was
that
actually
fake
happy
persona.
with him. I was actually happy with him this last game. I just liked the effort. I thought he was trying to take off and run a little bit more. He tried to sell out like Elway did in '97, I think, when he tried to dive into the end zone and got spun around like a helicopter.
Yeah.
Motherfucker dove out there and the Eagles lit his ass up. he tried though, and then it was a 2-point conversion where he tried to get the corner of the end zone and he stepped out of bounds, Bigfoot motherfucker. But that was the difference in the game going to overtime. Because if he would have got that 2-point conversion, they could have kicked the field goal and took the game in overtime. You know what I'm saying? So they say the game is a game of inches, and that was definitely an example of that shit right there. Game of inches.
Since Joseph Brown here, I wanted to ask because Trey said he don't remember. Did y'all run the brotherly shove and did it work?
Every time we ran it, it worked.
Against the Cowboys?
Yeah.
I don't even know why I don't remember that shit for some reason. Maybe because I'm on this bad.
Shit, they did it the first. Matter of fact, the first drive of the first drive that we had in the game, they did it twice. They did it on 4th down twice.
Well, I know I didn't see the very beginning of the game.
Yeah, we went for it. We went for it on our own 32-yard line, and that was the first 4th down. Actually, it was only one 4th down on that drive. We did it. The other 3rd down, we had a 3rd down in like one. We did it on that 3rd down, and then it was a 4th down and 3, which we had to pass to Goddard. He got both toes down and got out of bounds. And the next play, Gainwell ran it in for a touchdown. That was the first drive. So,
Well, my boy Eric all say, great show, fellas. As always, good night. Good night, player. Good night.
Good with you, bro.
Well, all I can say is, my team's still doing their thing. And when it's all over said and done, I will be celebrating the Super Bowl champion.
Who doing their thing?
Who winning?
Who you say the Bears? The Chicago Bears?
I like them. That's my squad, but right now that's not the squad that I'm choosing to win the Super Bowl.
Who you pick to win the Super Bowl?
Who winning?
Yeah, who you pick to win the Super Bowl?
Right now, whoever winning. That's what I'm saying.
Hey,
I'm a fair weather fan this year.
Hey, look, Trey, you just wasting your time with MZ. Whatever direction the wind blowing, that's where he at.
Yeah, right now, I told you I haven't watched football in so long, so I feel like I should just be able to run with whoever winning.
Well, you might well ride with the Eagles because they got the best record and they finding ways to win.
Yeah, y'all remember me? I know Joseph Brown remember me saying we was flying high.
Yeah, and I had to question your fandom because I was like, where the hell is this coming from? I never heard anything related to you being an Eagles fan. Like, this is brand new.
Yeah, my excuse was if Hyphy could say he got the best boxer and it changed every week, I should be able to say I got the best football team.
Well, I think making a prediction don't necessarily got nothing to do with fandom because if I felt like the Eagles was going to win the Super Bowl, I'd predict them to win the Super Bowl. I can't stand them sorry ass Eagles, but I still predict them to win the Super Bowl though if I felt like that's what was going to happen.
But Trey X is different from what you doing and what he doing. He claiming to be a fan of the squad. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Who knows
I don't
next
like
week?
them 49ers either, but that was my preseason prediction, the 49ers, and I don't like them either.
I used to like them when they had Frank Gore and what's the middle? What's their linebacker's name?
Navarro Bowman and Patrick Willis.
Patrick Willis. Yeah, I used
boys.
to. Those are my boys. I used to cut for them.
Alden Smith. They had that other Smith, that white boy Smith. What was that? Justin Smith, I think. Yeah, Justin Smith. Man, they had a squad over there, man. Vernon Davis.
What was that little running back name that looked like a kid?
A running back that looked like a kid.
Yeah, he was a little quick dude.
I know Darren Sproles back in the day.
Shit, they had Garrison Hurst.
I think, but that was before the squad that MZ talking about though. Garrison Hurst was back in the day, wasn't
he? Yeah, he was back in the day. Frank Gore was the dude then.
Yeah, Frank Gore. I like the team better when they had Alex Smith before they went to Colin Kaepernick. That's just my opinion. I remember when they went down there and took care of the
Green Bay.
They beat Green Bay, but they also beat New Orleans, and that was a big thing for me because down in Dallas we don't like New Orleans for shit. And I remember Alex Smith, he threw that last touchdown to Vernon Davis to beat him like 35 to 38 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I like the team because they went out there and they was running the ball and playing defense. When they got Colin Kaepernick, then they want to go out there and get Stevie Johnston. They want to bring in Randy Moss. They already, I think they might have already had Crabtree, or they brought him in.
Crabtree was there.
Yeah, they already had Crabtree, but they just started wanting to get away from running. They wanted to try to open it up and throw it more. And I just like the team better when they were just hard nosed, running the ball, playing defense, and throwing the ball when they had to.
Right. I like to see a football team run the ball myself. I like to see a good running game. I accept the passing game, but I feel if you can run, it makes the passing a lot easier.
Exactly.
Yeah, opens everything up, makes the offense more balanced, and it keeps the linebackers and safeties from look. They have to look in your backfield. They can't just stay back there in them zones. So
yeah, they got to react first. They got to see what they got to read and figure if they got to react. And that little time that it takes for them to read, if your quarterback worth his salt, he gonna get that ball there.
Yeah, play action pass, and plus we can get them safeties to get in the box, and definitely open up that passing game and shit, man. So yeah, I love when the team run that football effectively.
Hey, I was checking out Ed Reed. And he was giving his breakdown. He did his homework on Peyton Manning, and he was like, when Peyton Manning pump fake the ball, he throw it to that same place.
Yeah,
and I was like, dang, I wonder why nobody else read that like that on him. Out of all those great football players, you didn't see nobody playing like that. But Peyton had a great looking. He had one of the best play actions. Because he had some decent running backs.
Oh yeah, he had some hell of a running backs. Edgerrin James, Joseph Adai.
He went to school in Houston.
Who?
Joseph Adai. He went to high school in Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Bill Belichick talking about that very play. He said that was one of the greatest plays he's ever seen a defensive player make. The adjustment he made on that play to where he came over, he completely fooled Peyton Manning because he had turned his back, appearing that he was going to the opposite side of where Peyton Manning was throwing through the fake. So he had turned his back, something that's incredibly hard to do, but he was so instinctful that he knew that Peyton was coming back to that side. So he faked, so he had his back turned, going in the direction, and he quickly shifted his hips and pivoted while the ball was in the air, he was able to come over and make that play on the ball. It's like one of the, like you never see Bill Belichick freak out about anything on the football field, but when he was describing that, he was describing like it. And mind you, this is a guy who had Lawrence Taylor as one of the best, one of the greatest defenders of all time. He's salivating about a play that Ed Reed made on a team he had no affiliation with.
When you see good plays, man, you can't help but speak on it.
Yeah, the way Belichick talk, I would say that Ed Reed probably his second favorite football player behind Lawrence Taylor. Just the way he talk about Ed Reed. Not even when he talking to the media, like when they show behind the scenes and he talking to Tom Brady, hey, we gotta find Reed. Where's Reed? And just always giving him that respect that you got to know where he at all times and account for him. And I would say he probably his favorite, second favorite player behind Lawrence Taylor.
That's a good read. But I just found it curious that, Ed Reed, he spoke on that, but I was like, dang, I wonder how many players really knew that he pump fake and throw in the same direction.
They watched that film. They watch film in Baltimore though.
Oh yeah, when you watching film with dudes like Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, and just imagine, bro, like the learning curve, your learning curve compared to everybody else, especially if you a younger player and you walking into that situation.
Yeah. As long as you got that go about yourself, that is the main ingredient. What kind of drive you got? Yeah. If you don't have drive, you ain't gonna do nothing. Simple and plain, no matter how much talent you have. And I have seen some talented people just wasted.
I think drive is good, but I think drive can only last for so long. Everybody get burnt out. I think you actually got to love doing what you're doing. Not every football player love to play football. Some of them play just for the lifestyle and to get the money. But the ones that truly love the sport, them the motherfuckers that's going to be watching all this film and shit every fucking free minute they get.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting to them. It's like a motherfucker out here doing, stunts and daredevils and wheelies, popping wheelies. That's how they look at it. It's not even work. What would be work to the regular motherfucker or somebody who's just good? That shit is not work to them. That's fun.
Yep. Yeah. If you're having fun and you're getting paid to have fun, how can But like you said, every football player not like that. Every boxer not like that. Shoot, that's what makes the great ones, and everybody else okay.
That nigga Floyd said when he went to the gym, he said he liked everything about boxing. He even liked the way the gloves smell. And them gloves be stinking like a motherfucker. For real. And he said specifically he liked the smell of the gloves. That's what he said. So wow. They let you know that he really loved that shit.
And it's still proven true today. He just can't get away from it.
Exactly. That's his drug, like Mike Tyson said. That's his heroin, being in the gym.
Hey, everybody got it. If you're great, you got it. I mean, just depends. Is your vice gonna kill you or it's gonna make you successful?
Good point.
Bruce Ennis like that. Bruce Ennis is one of them cats that's like to stay in the gym all the time.
I'm excited to see him start getting to a little more combat. Start seeing him on the stage a little more with some good fighters. I want to see really where he can take it to.
Yeah, I think he definitely come from the healthiest gym environment. Besides like Robert Garcia, I think he probably got the strongest gym environment over there with all them fighters, contender level fighters that's fighting for championships and stuff. That's real strong. But like if I look at the family atmosphere with the Ennises, I like that a lot for him. You know what I'm saying? And that's somewhere that he wants to be. Like they say that they have to chase him out the gym. He always in the gym want to do something. If he ain't in the gym working on himself, he in there helping with other fighters, holding mitts and shit. Even though I don't like him holding mitts because you'll mess your shoulders up like that.
Right.
But it just show his love and dedication to the game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Trey, that holding the mid shit, I would, if I was his dad, I would highly not recommend him do any of that.
Absolutely. I knew that Floyd Mayweather was serious about retiring when I saw him starting to hold mitts for other fighters. And somebody like him that had hand problems and stuff like that in the past, that he was probably hyper aware of like maintaining the health of his body. Because he said once he turned 29, his body started breaking down.
Right.
That's around the time when he fought against Juan Manuel Marquez. So he aware of this kind of shit. So I think fighters need to take that approach. You know what I'm saying? Be like Floyd, preserve your body. Not just your brain with your defense, preserve your body as far as your habits and what you're doing in the gym. I know fighters want to help and all that kind of stuff, but it's not good for you to be holding mitts for other fighters, especially when they in there trying to prove something. The motherfuckers off in there hitting your hands like hard in the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I know because I used to get cussed out. I used to get cussed out for that shit. My coach get mad at the motherfucker and cussed me out because he said I was hitting the mitts too hard. He ain't got to prove nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said what I said. I know how motherfuckers can be. So you a fighter, you fighting on a championship level, and you got people off in there swinging as hard as they can, hitting mitts with you and shit. Like, nah, that is not gonna help you.
Yeah, they got to prove something. They trying to prove something by proving it by hitting you. Like, yeah, this how I'm hitting. This how I come.
Right.
Yeah.
Got to show out for everybody else. And thinking about it, I was going through my mind trying to remember it. I can't really recall too many times seeing Floyd holding mitts at all while he was fighting.
That's why I said I knew he was retiring when I saw him starting to hold mitts. I knew that he was serious about that shit because before he never would hold mitts. But then I started seeing him helping other fighters train, holding mitts, and I saw, yeah, he's serious about retiring this time. And then sometimes, like we talking about, like they try to prove something, it might not even be nothing malicious. It could be somebody trying to impress him, like a young fighter or something, and Boot's gonna hold the mitts for him, and they want to impress him, so they offer, you know what I'm saying, biting down and throwing hard the motherfucker. That shit gonna hurt him in the long run, taking all that shock into his shoulders and shit.
Yeah, good point.
But Pop's supposed to be on top of that though. His Pop's old school. He come from the old school. He supposed to be on top of that shit, man. He supposed to not be allowing his son to do that. But at the same time, he does go against conventional wisdom because he actually taught his son to be a southpaw before he taught him anything else. I heard him say that during the interview. And that's not something that the old school does. So I guess he like to find his own path.
Break the mold, so to say.
Yeah, break the mold and all that shit.
Yeah, because when you go to that gym looks every bit of old school. It's got so many old school components to it. You know, there's nothing state of the art. It looked like a fucking hole in the wall, but they chop wood and they do all the old school type training in there, fighting in the tire, in the phone booth. It's gritty, and that's what you want.
That bitch literally looked like a hole in a wall. Like I literally saw a nigga walk to a wall and walk through a hole in that bitch. and that led to the gym. No bullshit. A hole in the wall, nigga.
That's the true definition. Dang.
Yeah, but I like the atmosphere of that gym though. Some gyms you almost feel like a air of negativity almost. It's like a lot of tension. It's like it's good to be about winning and stuff like that, but you don't want to have an environment that's just too business, like without no kind of family feeling to it. Like you want to feel like these your stable mates and y'all kind of fighting together almost, even though you fight by yourself in the ring, but y'all kind of in it together a little bit. Some gyms, they just be all about the business, all about the money, and that's what it is. Motherfuckers don't even talk to each other when they go in the gym. You know what I'm saying?
Good. That ain't
Yes,
good at all.
Yeah, so I think that the gym in Philadelphia got a good feel to it, and that might be one reason why Ennis want to be there all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense. But as long as he got the love for it, like I said, I'm ready to see him. I'm ready to see him flourish. I'm ready to see him start to blossom and bloom.
We definitely gonna see. Hopefully he fight. I don't know what the hell they gonna do with him though. I don't know what path they trying to take with him.
Yeah,
like that in a perfect world, he'll fight the winner of Keith Thurman and
Stanionis.
Yeah, Stanionis.
Jonas. Man.
But I said I was gonna jump off an hour ago, man. So I'm about to go on here and jump off.
Yeah, I was just about to call time to the time and say I'm about to jump off because I do have to work tomorrow. I appreciate you guys jumping on for me, and Hyphy, wherever you are, I appreciate you starting the show for me.
Yeah, man, appreciate you letting me on the panel like always. I'm gonna try to do a live stream tomorrow.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll fuck with y'all, boy, man. Salute.
Salute to you.
Salute.
Yes, sir.
You got anything else for us, Joe Brown, or we gonna call it a night?
I mean, I came on late. I don't really know if who y'all as far as the fights over the weekend, what y'all covered, but you know, like always.
I spoke on Romula Ali. We covered Romula Ali. We covered how you say her name? Yukari Yoka something. I'm messing the name up, but I spoke about both of those fights and the fact that for me, the fighter that's improved the most is that Efe Ajagba.
Oh, okay. Efe Ajagba.
Yeah, he to me he looked like a different fighter. He working off his jab, he throwing better combinations and different combinations, and his uppercut looks great.
Who's training him now? I know he's not with
He's not with Ronnie Basic Shields. He with Hyphy told me the guy's name. I don't remember, but he's training up in Vegas. Up that way, Hyphy say up that way, Hyphy and Cali. So I guess Vegas.
Well, the good news for him is that him being there, he's surrounded by a bunch of boxing gyms, so he's getting work. The one thing I can say about Top Rank is they're gonna make sure that he's gonna get good work with whoever he's sparring with. He's gonna be active in that gym. So if he's taking it serious, it's gonna show. So, you know, it's good that he got an early knockout, but I would like to see him take that momentum and step it up and beat somebody notable for me to really be like, okay, he's turned the corner here.
Right. Well, just like I said, from seeing the way he did his work in that fight, I noticed an improvement in him. You know, it wasn't just that 1-2 over and over again. He actually was mixing it up. He threw some hooks and some uppercuts, some 1-2s. You know, he dug in his bag a little bit, and he looked like a different fighter. But I'm anxious to see him starting to be put into the ring with a little step up fights. I'm thinking he should be stepping up every fight now. Time isn't waiting for none of these fighters, so they need to, you know, start going after what they can and trying to get it. I think he gonna look good.
Well, you know, he's at Top Rank, so they're going. If he wants to fight, they're going to keep him busy. And if he looks good, he's definitely going to get a call. It just depends on who they see lining him up with next, because at some point he's going to have to fight Anderson. Him and Anderson going to have to fight.
Huh. And once upon a time, you would look at that as a tall order, but the way Anderson is acting and showing, you know, that might not be too much of an obstacle for FA.
Well, it's still going to be an obstacle because Anderson's the more talented, the more skilled guy. He's got all the attributes over a FA. FA's got power, but his feet are still terrible.
Right. Well, I'm just looking at, you know, what Anderson's been showing us mentally. You know, it's stepping up both ways. Is he ready for that?
Yeah, that's troublesome. I mean, that part of it is worrisome. And not to mention, like when we spoke on what Trey was hitting on about not all athletes love what they do. He's one of them. He doesn't love boxing. I think boxing was just a means to be able to support, you know what I'm saying, his family. And
Right.
that's basically how he treats. I mean, he trains hard, and obviously he's got talent for it, but that's not going to keep him in the sport of boxing.
Right.
You know, I just feel like when I see guys showing
Weakness.
showing mental weakness, yeah, when they're showing that mental weakness, it's going to show. All it takes is the right dance partner for that to come out to where they'll quit in the ring at some point.
True. Say,
So
JB,
that's the danger I see with a kid who is talented as Anderson is. I'm not wishing it on it, but it's too many other fighters from the past where you've seen these kind of things happen, and it plays out that way in the ring.
Yep. I got to make a run, so give me a second before we close it out. Give me a minute. Man, my bad for the long drawn out wait, but I'm back.
You good?
So before I leave, you know, I'm gonna let y'all know I transferred from the store that I was at to a different store, and
Oh, okay.
one of the things that I was told to do was go over there and immediately start working on the paperwork and getting paperwork right because their manager had got sick and was in the hospital for a month, a week. I'm sorry, and a lot of things was going on in the store that needed to be corrected. So when I first get over there, my first night, this store closes too. It's only an 18-hour store. So look at the paperwork the first night, and the first thing that I see, the lottery audits are all messed up, the cigarette numbers are all messed up, and the money is six grand in the hole. So I bring that to loss prevention and to the manager. So they started looking at it and watching film. Come to find out, one of the girls there is pulling her chime card out of her pocket and swiping it and filling it up with money and not paying it. So when we called a meeting to talk to her about it, she said that she was doing, she did it to help pay her rent. So the question was, so how much you think you took? She said about $800 or $900. So when we said no, it's more like $6,995. She didn't deny it. At first she was gonna try to with the, it was like right here on film. You see you going in your pocket, pulling the card out, doing this. So we got rid of her. And it's another one that I'm finna try to lean on. She talk about she don't empty trash. Bitch, what? Everybody empty trash. Facts. Anderson said that. I'm about to close it down, man. I got to go to work tomorrow. Joseph,
hey, MZ, appreciate you, brother. Like always.
The door always open. It don't matter. Whenever you swing through. I'm going to go and close it out. Peace to everybody. Glad y'all stopped through. I think I got something queued up.
Blessed with divine, all of this hate won't stop my shine. I keep on winning, yes, that's by design. I hear the target come from behind. That's why I'm blessed with divine. All of this hate won't stop my shine. I keep on winning, yes, that's by design. I hear the target come from behind. That's why I represent that H-Town from Southwest. Better ask about me. Been some in the B mine. I have Mall screaming, yeah, that's MZ. Hooking up a queer writing in the pad. Oh, no, that's not me. I just speak to the track, and she speak back to me. Maestro started making tracks, so he was tired of hating, trying to let show. I start spitting so 6-7 that they can't hold. I hear the way that they hearts beat, and they hate me. Yeah, that's okay, long as they stay in their lane. Don't try to come walk this way. Nah, they breathing's getting late. Their bodies starting to see. Their minds are drawing blanks because they facing DMZ. We're non-stop and the track's off. There's a different way for them to talk about me. Long play, keep talking about me. Conversation keep talking about me. Yes, I'm one of the best of T.O.B. of the rest of. Now I'm back in the game. You tell the mother that they can go rest of. That's with divine. All of this hate won't stop my shine. I keep on winning, yes, that's by design. I hear the target come from behind. That's why.